I say
The entire time.
It doesn't fucking matter.
We'll make
It doesn't matter anyways.
Awkward silence.
All right, so you ready to go live, guys?
Oh, whatever.
Always.
Might as well.
Nico said he'd be back in a minute. He'll pop in here, I'm sure.
All right.
Bullshit.
So welcome everyone. This is the Wasted with Wise, episode 22, warm and toasty. This is the first episode of 2024, so we have a lot to talk about. Not really, but yeah, we'll just fake it.
No, not really, but you know.
Yeah.
So thank you for joining us today. So thank you for joining us today. You can find me at Cerebral Fall. Oh,
Trust me, all us old bastards, we're used to faking it, or at least we're used to our wives or significant others faking it, and we know we've taken lessons from them in the past. So there you go. Yeah, I'm an expert at faking. I can tell when somebody's faking it or not now. I mean, after 20 years of experience, I know now. I don't know what the real one is, but I know what the fake ones are.
that's because when you get off, she looked at you and says, "I was faking it, asshole."
Well, she's never had a real one, so she's been faking it for 20 years. So I've gotten a good.
It isn't a real one. It doesn't exist with them.
Yeah.
It doesn't.
You mean she's never had a real one with you?
That's right. Yeah.
Hey, but I got enough daddy samples.
How many she had there?
Yeah.
Hey, look, she doesn't. She has a fake one with me, and then when I leave, she pulls out the machine and has the real one. Okay, that's all I gotta say.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
By the way, the machine's name is Dennis, and you show that man some goddamn respect.
Right.
dentist.
You notice
Son
all
of a
those
bitch better start paying for the
Amazon
bills.
all those Amazon deliveries you get that you don't remember ordering. Yeah, those.
Just don't look at the history. You'll get a little depressed. Like, oh my god.
Actually, I told her. I said I don't mind as long as he contributes to the bills, because I look at the two boys that I have. They don't look like me. I mean, I think she made the right choice, because heaven forbid you need two more of these other ugly motherfuckers like me running around. You know,
10 inches long or in diameter? What the fuck is that thing?
Stop making brown gremlins.
I just said, like, I have no problem. I told her in the past, I said, look, I have no problems with you finding extra sources of satisfaction, just as long as the extra sources choose to contribute to the overall finances of the house. That's okay. So
you basically said, listen, baby, if you're a hooker, I'm cool with it.
If you get paid, we gonna.
Yeah,
pay.
I think you're pimping your wife out. That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's kind of what it seems
all I
like.
just said-
I don't think he's pimping anything. I think that maybe a self-pimping.
I'm being a pragmatist. That's all I'm saying. Like, if she's gonna go out, and if he's gonna pay her, instead of it just being sitting out there on the side table, I'm gonna take that shit and pay the bills. That's all I'm gonna say.
First thing Wise says when he gets home is, "Bitch, where's my motherfucking money?"
Yeah.
Hey, my pimp hand is strong. I go exercise quite a bit. I don't know.
He's the one He's the one doing the cooking. He's the one having.
Yeah. You noticed that. Yeah.
Tell him where to put the money, brother.
And yeah, he's the one who gets yelled at if dinner ain't ready when she gets home. If dinner ain't on the table, he's the one who gets yelled at.
He's like,
He also has to cook for his borderline adult children.
Well, they're still children. They can't cook. They can't make their fucking.
They
bed.
should be able to by their age.
What?
They really should be able to.
What?
Dude, seriously.
well, okay. My two daughters. both
no,
wanted
no,
to cook
let me
at like
rephrase
7,
it.
So
I pretty well assume they can do all of that shit. However, they choose not to do that shit.
Then let them fucking starve.
well, there's cereal for a reason.
Yeah, I'm serious, dude.
Cereal. There's some ramen.
Okay, you
Pop
guys
Tarts.
stay here till 8:30 till 9:30 tonight, and when my wife walks in and I don't heat up any of this shit, I'll put her on camera, and you could just tell her what you just told me, and let's see how well
I got
that
no
ends up.
problem with that, dude. I got no
I
problem.
have no
with
problem saying, make a fucking sandwich, bitch.
Oh,
No, not that part. The fact that that you have to take a break because your kids can't put their shit in the oven at 6:30.
I
Okay.
would
Yeah,
just,
no. It'll be a talk with her about, hey, get
Yeah.
those kids ready for life. You're not going to be
Yeah.
around
Yeah.
that grand the whole time. They're gonna figure that
Real
shit out.
talk, you're just coding them to
Plus-
when they eventually leave the nest to be like, Dad, can you come make me some fucking lunch over here?
And Wise, here's the other thing, Wise. No matter how mad she gets at us, you're the one who's going to take the beating, okay? I mean, okay.
So, please put her on. We don't care.
Chad. Okay, that is a podcast. That is one hell of a
Listen,
podcast, guys.
do not put her on cam, because the things I'm gonna say, she's gonna beat you with a fucking sock filled with oranges if I get a chance to talk to your wife.
Camera. She'll be like,
First of all, she'll take your goddamn logo off the screen and be a real man and show your goddamn face.
there's logos of him bent over throw a fucking toy up his ass.
Yeah, it's like,
oh, there we go. Hey,
like
why
I don't know. I talk to anything with an S. I talk to only faces. So
Yeah.
You don't talk to Superman?
I think she sleeps with Superman, but I don't know. That's a different story. Anyhow,
What?
What?
the guy, I
Her
don't
back
know.
would have been might have
That's
holes in it
that's the
right now
nickname.
from that
That's the
shit.
nickname. Let's put it this way. A couple of months back, she said. Couple of months back, she said, "Fly with me, Superman." She never said that before. I know she was faking it, so I know she probably used it before, but she never used it with me. So I don't know where Superman.
Where the hell yells "Fly with me, Superman" when they're coming? That's just fucking awkward.
That's awkward. That's fucking weird, bro. It ain't
Yeah.
awkward. That don't make no
If some
sense.
bitch said that while like riding me, I'd be like, "Listen, you need to get off. Just get off.
Were eyes closed really tight?
We're
and
done
she
here."
was holding something in her hand, but it wasn't there. There we go. Okay, that's the nickname. I get it. Is it
Before
a
we get
red
started with
toy?
it,
Is it red?
well, before we get started with the introductions, so let me go ahead and say hello to everybody in the chat. RPG88, as always, thank you for showing up.
That
E-learning
son of a
at
bitch showed up
SMU,
again,
thank you
didn't
for showing.
God damn.
Are you e-learning at SMU? Are you like somebody that works with me like out in real life and just coming up to my podcast because you thought this was a podcast about education? I think you are going to be thoroughly disappointed. I'm not talking about algebra or anything here, but
Heck, I'm on the show and I'm thoroughly disappointed every week.
Yeah,
go
pretty
for it.
much. Pretty much.
Okay.
Right there with you. I was going to say, you've got to be careful. They could just be recording you so they can bring you up to the administration. Just a warning. Just a warning.
Yeah, but you know, why would they want to get rid of me? I come cheap. In many ways,
He's the only
in one
math
way.
teacher in all of Alabama, apparently. So, you know, it's
The only math teacher that can add two numbers together. Not to
Maybe
track,
that's why
but
you're faking it, dude. Just come cheap. Jesus Christ.
we don't die, we multiply. There we go. But yeah.
sometimes within the same family, but you know, whatever. You know.
Sometimes within the same generation, but they're gonna go ahead.
Thank you.
I mean, yeah.
Bring new meaning to sister wife. I'll tell you what. Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
All right, Doomsayer. He said he was not gonna be on, but he's in the chat. So okay, oh well. Graphic God. Thank you for showing up. And Mr. Infernal Game, he said he did not see anything on my Discord. Okay, well, he was supposed to be the guest. He didn't see anything on. He didn't see anything
Twitter?
on X or Twitter or something. Anyone have Inferno on Discord? Or I'm gonna have to open that sucker up myself. It's been ages since I've opened up Discord. So let me see.
Captain Insano? I mean, Mr. Inferno?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Do you have Mr. Inferno?
Captain Insano.
Captain. Yeah.
Captain Insano knows no mercy.
Loke, how are you doing, sir? We're just getting into the introductions. We're just saying hello to everybody in the chat. So you just came in at the right time. So let me go ahead and start off with Cerebral.
Good job, Loke, coming at the right time. It's about time.
Yeah,
you know?
well, you know.
Bite
if
me,
I could
Paul.
get-
Bite me. Right?
That one. You could ask his wife.
I heard Africans don't come at all, but that's a different story. All right,
Whatever,
Cerebral,
guys.
how you doing,
Whatever.
sir? And how was your New Year's? And how is your week going? And
It sucked. It sucked. It sucked. It still sucks. Hi, everybody.
God damn.
Well, that was quick and short and to the point, I guess. You know, it sucked. It sucked. It sucked. Were you the one sucking, or were you the one?
Oh, I
getting
wish.
sucked?
Dog stink, go fuck your mother.
And it wasn't even the good kind, you know.
Last nuts.
By the way, Loke, they want to have you on 4GQ TV sometime in the next few weeks. So
Oh, that's good.
Plus nuts and the
Respectable
snacks. He's been
That's
all
cool.
Roman and shit.
What time? What time? What time?
that's on.
does
That's
4GQ
usually on
TV go live?
6:30 on Thursdays. So about this
6:30
time.
Eastern time.
yeah. So about a half.
PM,
about,
correct?
About now, basically. Yeah. About now, basically. Yeah.
That
Oh,
sandwich
I know,
between
that
that
graphic
4:30
god-
show and that 9:30 show. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm just guessing.
I think God says this is I guess this is directed towards you, Loke. He says just like
No, it's directed toward me. The quick and short thing was directed toward me.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
okay,
quick and
wow.
short thing was definitely for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Oh,
short
Paul.
thing, I don't know about the quick thing. I don't know. With his arthritis,
I
it'll
like to
a
take my
while.
time, man.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That way you don't get rug burns on your hands. We understand. Yeah.
Yes. Yes. See, this guy gets it. This guy gets it.
He lives
Only
in
when he
Africa.
gets it
There's
to
no
himself.
rugs. No,
Only
there's
when
no
he
rugs in
gets it,
Africa.
he
He'll
gets
get
it
towel
himself.
burns, or maybe he might.
I will
get
not
dirt
take
burns.
this slander. On my show, they're talking about there's no basements in Africa. Now there's no rugs in Africa. Y'all can go fuck off, all right? You know what? You know what we do have in
Oh, I'm
Africa?
sorry.
We have internet, we have Series X's, and we have PS5s in Africa.
You got
Take
a fake
that.
fucking elephant behind you, dude. That's not. We're not saying.
It's not a fake elephant. It's a cloth. I had
Actually, that's a beautiful looking thing. Actually, it really
Thank
is.
So what you got an
we
elephant
call
fetish
it
or some shit
we,
like that?
we call it a capulana in Mozambique.
Yeah,
That's
that
the
is
way.
beautiful. That's beautiful.
No. You have to say it. You have to
A
say it,
capulana?
Cerebro. What
Does that
Capulana?
what
count?
is it?
You know, Paul, you got to
There we
stop
go.
complimenting
Did you say
his name.
Capulana?
Jesus.
Did you say Capulana?
There we
Okay.
go.
Copophilia?
Good job.
Copophilia?
See, I listen. I pay attention.
Population.
See, I'm not insulting the artwork. They are. Don't look at it. I said it
Yeah,
was
he's
nice.
in straight. He's like he's probably thinking about all the things that I could do with myself if I had that artwork with me. You know.
Oh my
Dude,
goodness.
no, that's a nice looking. I know, seriously, that's nice looking.
Nah,
Nicer looking than what you got in your background there, asswipe. So,
Yeah, I got rid of the fucking tree. Yeah, so.
Hey,
yeah.
for all you know, if he were to pull up the blind, maybe he has a fucking elf outside the window. Huh? How about
Oh
that?
my goodness. Jim, let your dog participate. Let your dog participate. All right?
Well, so much for the surprise introduction. I guess I'll just go now then. Fuck it. Well, I guess it kind of sucked, and well, the holiday was great, and our newest panel member.
Nice.
Oh, yeah, the doggo.
I'm not sure what's going on here. His name is Porthos.
What?
Porthos is his name. Yeah,
As
P-O-R-T-H-O-S.
in one of the three musketeers. One of the three musketeers.
He's
I would
Well,
play
it's-
that's one big bitch, but I would that it's not even a bitch.
It's a male.
Was.
You twit.
I know. That's why I can't play the sound effect. That's my point. That is the point. I can't even play the good sound effect. That's what I'm saying.
All right.
My point
I'll be
exactly.
right back.
He says, I am now offended. You called me a bitch when I am a male. How dare you? I will now come to your house and piss on your carpet. But yeah, he was actually one of the best Christmas gifts that I got because he was, a gift to me. Yay. Because I was kind of missing my other doggo and kind of, about that. Aside from that, Discord is, well, being stupid, but that's a story in its own right. Kind of hope, who knows? If they ever
Hey,
watch
Jim.
this, they probably won't know. What's up?
Jim, do you have Mr. Inferno on Discord? Mr. Inferno Games?
On my old account, sure. I think I do. Maybe.
Can you send him the StreamYard link to? Through
I would if I
Discord?
could, but Discord, kind of fucked up with trying to refund my money, and now my other accounts currently
So don't ask Jim, is what he's saying.
Basically. Okay.
suspended. So I'm trying to fight them on
Basically,
that
everyone
one.
doesn't know what the fuck they're doing with Mr. Inferno Games. Okay, with that. Okay, hold on. Let me see if I can send him.
Yeah, just send him a message.
Well, why
on
don't you
Twitter
send him?
and say,
Why don't you send him a whisper on YouTube? He's right there.
Well, I sent him a link on X. He can't pull it up, or Twitter.
No, on YouTube. You're a moderator
can't
on your
pull it
channel.
up?
Send him a whisper on YouTube. Jesus
Okay.
Christ.
I don't even know if I have that type
Paul,
of shit
never
going
let
on.
Paul.
Never-
Paul, take a Xanax or something, man. Calm the fuck down.
Why don't all
Fucking
these
vein in your fucking neck is just pumping
all the-
right now, bro.
all these hosts and all these shows don't know how their own technology works, man. Drives me crazy.
Because we don't have fucking time to play.
Damn.
We don't have
That's not
fucking-
necessary.
Strangling
Paul?
in the-
That's not nice.
You want nice. You want nice. Don't talk to me. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Why doesn't have time to figure this shit out? He's too busy hitting up chicken nuggets for the kiddos.
Waiting for the
I
wife,
found
apparently. Yeah.
I found some really cool. I love
Oh my God,
my favorite nugget is McDonald's chicken nuggets because the batter is not breaded; it's like a tempura type batter, right? That being said, I found
What's happening right now?
frozen fucking chicken nuggets.
well,
are
that would
exactly-
explain why you're such a nugget sometimes.
Ah, shit. Well, hey, we got to eat, What the fuck is Cozy holding?
We got Cozy Beluga holding a beluga whale.
Beluga whale.
Here,
Hey,
what?
Miss Cozy, how you doing?
I'm
Hey,
so good.
hey, Wide, if you want me to, make me a mod on your channel, and I will deal with the shit.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, do it. Do it. Make him a mod.
Yeah, I'm gonna make him on right now.
Actually, I don't even think you've
Everyone's
made me a
favorite
mod
section.
yet.
Yeah, he didn't believe in it.
Cozy, what are you holding?
I mean,
That's
A beluga whale.
It's a beluga whale.
It's a sperm.
Oh.
It's a gigantic sperm.
That's what it looked like.
Wait,
that too.
so
Yeah.
beluga means sperm? So it's Cozy
there you go,
sperm?
Wise.
No.
Beluga is
No, the beluga whales have the little bump on their head. The sperm whales
Big
don't.
forehead. Have you seen a sperm whale skeleton? It's absolutely terrifying.
Oh, they're freaky. They're freaky.
It's
All
like-
skeletons are freaky. What the hell?
No,
are you
no,
saying?
no. Sperm whales have like you know how big their head is and everything.
Oh, the giants.
That's like all fat to protect their brain from the deep pressures that they go into underwater. But really, their skeleton looks like some sort of prehistoric plesiosaur.
Interesting. Well,
That's freaky.
I've always wondered why they had that big old hump in the front. Anyways, yeah.
They're deep diving.
Yeah, Wise, I just sent that so you could also do the same thing for me as well that you were doing for Paul.
Okay, hold on.
I may have been obsessed with a sea mammal life, sea mammalian life.
Yeah. What is the whole beluga fetish here going on?
Alright.
That
Football manager.
it's just my favorite animal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
but
She's not sticking her finger up the beluga whale's ass. Jesus Christ.
Well, no, but still, I mean.
Well.
Animals, you know, they do tear.
Oh, wow.
Well, I mean, it.
Listen, it's
I think
2023. We don't judge, all right?
Okay.
Different strokes.
So, Cozy, how
Yeah.
was your New Year's and what you've been playing? What you've been drinking?
I have not been drinking. My New
Really?
Year's, yeah. My New Year's was fun, and I've been playing Stick of Truth.
Oh, really? What made you go back to that one? That's a oldie but goodie.
I never played it before.
Say Stick of Truth?
Yeah.
That fucking game is awesome.
Yeah, that game was. They really nailed it.
So I'm discovering. I'm like, oh, this game
Yeah,
is so
same
much
with the
fun.
Fractured But Whole, man. Both those games are just amazing.
Yes.
Yep.
The fractured butthole. Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, that's what the name of the sequel was. So there you go.
I want a fractured butthole. No, I don't. I don't know why I said that.
And the Stick of Truth, between the two, Stick of Truth would definitely be the better of the two, I would say. Than Fractured Butthole. I enjoyed the Stick of Truth a little bit more than Fractured Butthole. They're both good games. I'm not saying Fractured Butthole was bad, but I just think I would give the edge to Stick of Truth. So, yeah.
It's a lot of
Which-
buttholes we're talking about
I'm
right now.
gonna
It's
take that
South
stick of
Park.
truth, shove
You
it up
get
the
used to
fractured
it.
butthole. Jesus.
Are you gonna be? Is anyone gonna be playing that new South Park game coming out? What the fuck is it? I don't know what the title is afterwards. It's a
Are they
South
making
Park
a new
game.
South Park game?
Finish
There's a South-
Yeah.
What's the name of that?
Is it an exclusive?
It's not in the same vein as the existing ones, though, right? Isn't it like
No,
some
no,
type
no.
of like spin?
No. It's not an RPG like the other two are, but
It's like an
this-
action game, right? It's just
yeah.
a
Yeah, then hard pass.
hard pass.
No
Is
game.
it an action game
That's
or
what
is it
they're
like
calling
a
it.
brawler or some kind? I thought it would. I thought it was like a brawler, or like a
Yeah,
in the
it's
vein
like
of.
Rip
Do you remember back in
Rip.
N64
Smash Brothers?
first-person shooter, and when you fucking played in multiplayer, you can shoot a cow launcher at people, and then you would go inside the rectum of the cow
Beautiful. Yes.
What was this?
if you got hit with the cow launcher. Shit was hilarious.
What game was this? For the N64?
Game for N64. It was a first-person shooter, and if you played online multiplayer or split-screen multiplayer, because it was online, and someone hit you with a cow launcher, the cow on their screen, they would see the cow like land on your head, and you would be like your head up the cow's ass screen.
Huh. Oh my god, I don't remember. I mean, only thing I remember on the N64 being that irreverent was that Conquer game, but I don't remember Conquer having any first-person segments at all in there. So I mean, I could be wrong.
Conquer was all third person.
Then what was the game? What is the game that you're talking about? What is it? Was it a South Park?
South Park.
It was a South Park?
Yeah.
On the N64?
Uh-huh.
Huh.
Yeah.
Actually, we don't have Mr. Inferno Gamer sorted out because YouTube doesn't let you send messages like Twitch does. So.
Well, I sent him a link via Discord, and hopefully he got it. So I was able to find him on Discord, and I sent him a link. So,
Clearly not
Yeah.
yet.
I'll message him.
yeah, because like I just don't use Discord anymore ever since we sort of moved away from the whole platform and moving towards StreamYard. So
Yeah, Discord is the Stone Age, guys.
Yeah, well, I mean, no, it's not. My kids swear by it, but I'm not.
Yeah, it's for the kids.
I got too many things.
The
to
pros
For the kids.
are on StreamYard.
A little something for the kids.
Yeah, well, StreamYard it does everything I wanted to do, and it does it efficiently.
Why is my
and-
face
yeah.
being covered by the
I was
logo?
gonna make a really
Put the logo
inappropriate
somewhere else.
FC
Why?
joke right there.
What the hell?
Okay.
I'll hold my
I
tongue.
don't know. He's getting.
Yeah, well,
he's
put me
getting
back in the
antsy
corner.
about fucking
I'm good.
logo
Just put me in the
artists.
corner.
Okay.
Nobody
happy
puts
now?
Loki in a corner.
All
Exactly.
right. Is that better?
Exactly.
See?
Okay.
Much better.
Okay.
Much better. I need
Okay,
space,
Mr. Ass Kicker
right?
Hat. How you been doing? How was your New Year's, and what you been playing in Texas?
My New Year's was awesome. I've been playing Football Manager, God of War, Ragnarok, Starfield, and Cyberpunk 2077.
All at the same time? Wow, that.
How do you do that? I can't. That's just
What I
not-
do is every day I play a different one of the four.
Yeah.
So Monday it's one game, Tuesday it's another game, Thursday it's another game. This week has been rough because this is my first week back at work.
Mhm.
Been terrible. Actually, it's my first week back at work with colleagues because I didn't stop going to work. The colleagues are back, and it's going to shit. It's all going to shit. But yeah, other than that, it's been okay.
So how far have you gotten in Cyberpunk? Are you playing Phantom Liberty, or are you still in the original game?
I restarted it. Like I saw. No, I haven't reached the DLC part. I'm still playing the main game. Like I finished the main game a couple of times the first time, and then they got the big DLC and the updates and whatever. And then when I saw what it looked like when I started the game, I was like, fuck it, might as well just go all the way back to the beginning and redo the whole thing. So that's what I'm doing right now. I
Console?
am at the part where I finish the main mission with T-Dog. And so, like 20% in.
No. Okay.
It's still a great game. The gameplay is awesome. Jim, you're muted, Jim. I can't hear you.
Oh, and by the way, what console are you playing it on?
Cyberpunk.
Yes, I'm aware I'm muted.
Series
I'm also
X.
talking to somebody on a different chat program.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I'm playing Cyberpunk on Xbox. I'm playing Cyberpunk on Xbox. Playing Football Manager on my PC. I'm playing Starfield. Guess where? Guess where I'm playing Starfield?
PlayStation.
Yeah,
On the
PlayStation.
series.
Yeah.
On the Series X. Also, guess where I'm playing God of War Ragnarok? Wild guess. Take a wild ass guess.
Your
Where am I
PlayStation
playing
Portal.
God of War? Fuck off, Cozy. You know what? That was a pretty wild guess. Good job. Good job. That was a wild guess. PS5.
device, yeah.
PS5.
No, okay. So let me ask you a question. Is Cyberpunk now, after the updates and everything, able to maintain a 1080 60 constant frame?
I don't know how to check the whole 1080 60 FPS. What I
But
can
you got
say
it
is
running in performance mode, right?
yes, it's running on performance mode.
Are you getting any
will
frame
go up
drops?
to
Is what he's
120.
asking. Are you getting
Yeah,
any
yeah.
frame drops?
No, I'm not. No frame drops, no screen tears, nothing. Just smooth, buttery smooth. Awesome.
Because the reason I'm asking that, and this is just hearsay, on Reset Era, people.
Oh
are
my
still-
god. Oh, okay. Let me just tell you right now. Stop looking at fucking Reset Era, okay? That isn't even a real site, dude. That is that's one guy who posts shit for clicks, okay? You really do not get your information from Reset Era. No
Okay,
wonder
then
you're
who
always
do you
going.
go to gaming?
"Ah."
Elite? Do you go to Reddit, or do you go to N4G? Who do you go to? You definitely don't go to fucking IGN, right?
No, but no, Reset Era isn't even a real place, dude. It's not.
What's your problem with IGN? Leave IGN
It's-
alone.
IGN?
IGN
Oh, our
is the
resident
best-
IGN
the
show.
best
Ignorant
of a
Gamers
shitty
Network,
situation.
IGN, ignorant.
All
Well,
right.
no, okay. To be fair, some of the because I do.
Or more like
You're clipping really bad. You're clipping really. Dude,
Yeah,
you're
no,
clipping
your
so
clip is
bad.
hard. Sorry, man.
Actually,
Oh man.
actually, watching some of those people actually play games, it should be Incompetent Gamers Network.
Just so you know, Tie Guy Travis is one of the IGN contributors, and he knows his shit. Okay, so
Okay.
you can't throw the whole magazine, because some of them are really good at their job. Some of them take pride in what they do.
Thank
Some
you.
of them not so much.
Oh, yeah,
You know.
there's good
Let's
people.
put it this way. In the
You-
past couple of days, I've seen one video about Xbox and PlayStation in the 2024 upcoming year combined. There was one video that talked about both Xbox and PlayStation's offerings in the upcoming year. And there was like 3 or 4 videos for the new Nintendo Switch 2 that everyone is assuming is coming out, but nobody has officially announced yet or
Right.
anything. But they've made 3 fucking videos on it. Yeah, they're not biased at all.
It's
That's
called
just,
no.
they're
Wise.
fishing for
It-
clicks. They're
There's
fishing for
also no
clicks.
news
No.
right now, so they're
Two
just
things.
making shit so they can get their fucking clicks.
Yeah, they're fishing
Wise,
for
two
clicks. That's
things.
all that
It's
is.
Nintendo is the dominant platform. I know. We like to pretend like it's just Xbox and it's
Oh,
just
yeah.
PlayStation. I know, but Nintendo is the one that owns gaming. All right, that's the first point. Second, journalism, right, is not about reporting what everyone knows. The tip of the spear is going out there and trying to get information no one officially knows.
But yeah, but
So
anytime
that's
you're telling me
why-
anytime you're telling me you're getting your feed from Icon Era, dude, I'm gonna laugh at you. Okay?
Well,
'Cause
I mean, okay. So with your first comment, I agree with that because I am a Nintendo fanboy. Okay, I will say it from the gate, from the start. But 3 videos for one platform and only one video
For the dominant
the other
platform, yes.
2.
Yes,
It doesn't add
yes.
up.
well,
it adds up. You know
dude,
what adds
they're
up?
not they're
what
not all
adds
the
up?
same contributor either, dude.
Yeah,
Why?
they're also not like,
Why?
oh, we gotta
You
get
know
2
how it ends up?
PlayStation ones and then 2 Xbox ones and then 2.
This isn't-
They're just making fucking videos, bro.
This is a snapshot in time. This isn't something that's like all the time. This is just one day you looked and you saw that. So I mean, that's not a surprise. It's okay.
Oh well.
They're allowed
Also,
to do
wise. We also have to be honest.
Mhm.
These outlets have to report on what people care about. All right. There's a reason why, for example, the Los Angeles Lakers can go 10 years without winning, but they have more people reporting on the Lakers than a team that is winning. If the Rockets started winning all of a sudden, they wouldn't pop and then everyone knows them around the world. That's not going to happen. I'm sorry. All right?
Right.
The Yankees are the Yankees for a reason.
Yep.
No one gives a
It's-
fuck
Because they
about the
pay the most.
Astros.
Just like in football, it's the Cowboys. Good or bad, the Cowboys are always in the
Exactly.
press.
Man,
Just like
that's
the
it.
Cowboys haven't done anything relevant in almost 3 decades.
Yeah.
But they still
That's exactly
The
what my
freaking
wife says about me,
Cowboys.
but that's a different story. But
Yeah.
go ahead.
This is true.
America's
Wow.
team.
The Raiders are the Raiders. It's just not time.
Don't you have to go put a casserole
Oh
in the
my
oven or
God!
something, dude?
Leave the Raiders alone. Leave the Raiders alone.
They got to
I
preheat the oven
swear,
for the
dog,
chicken
they're
nuggies.
doing it on purpose.
Well, you know.
This guy.
Okay. Okay, well, no more shit shaming on IGN. Let me go to the next panelist.
Yes,
Praxis.
leave IGN alone.
Okay, yeah, I think I touched a sore nerve or something here. Okay, Praxis, how was your New Year's and what you playing?
Oh, nothing. No, I actually have been playing the finals occasionally when I can play. New Year's was good. New Year's was good. But yeah, not much. I did get some new art that's up on the wall behind me, so kind of happy with that.
What, the Darth Vader one, or is that what you know?
The one and the Tron one underneath it. Yeah.
Yeah, nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that disc plates?
No, it's a friend of mine. She's in England. She does amazing art. It's actually both of those were drawn with crayon. Believe it or not.
Wow.
Oh, you're kidding!
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh no, she's amazing. If you look at my Twitter, you see all the pictures. Yeah, they're incredible.
What? Darth is only allowed to use crayons too. It's nothing special. I mean, yeah.
right. No, and eat them. That's
No,
all I can
Darth
have
is
as a
not
snack.
allowed. That's the only thing Darth can use. He's not.
Although my wife keeps ordering
pencil
ones from
yet.
China for some reason, so there's a little lead issue
Like,
there.
how do I
but-
hold this? Like this or something? Like
No, that's good.
Um,
I like it.
this go this way. Okay, anyhow. All right, so Supa, how you been doing? How was your New Year's and what you been playing?
It's been all right. I've been replaying GTA 5 for my nephew because he's not old enough for my sister to let him play, but she'll let him watch. For
She'll let
some
him
reason.
That's a little what?
Okay, you can't kill the hooker, but Uncle Silver can. Okay.
Yeah,
What?
pretty
No
much.
way.
I think it's
Why
because
is that car
he
rocking
gets
ever since
too
you
like
picked up that woman?
like he's allowed to play Minecraft, but she won't let him kill the animals. I guess he goes around and starts just beating the shit out of the pigs for no fucking reason. Like not for sustenance, not for the meat to cook. Just like fuck that
No.
pig. Where's the cow? Fuck that cow.
Sweetie,
And
how many
he
kitties?
gets a little
Kill the neighborhood
aggressive.
again?
So
It's only 6.
So the
here's
torture
thing, right?
scene in Grand Theft Auto 5, did you let him watch that as well?
we haven't gotten there yet.
Don't.
Oh,
Yeah,
come on.
So you're going to let him watch it?
yeah, don't tell mom. Yeah, don't tell mommy we're going to the strip
I'm
club.
not
okay?
going to shield him from
It's-
anything. Me and my sister, I don't understand my sister because like me and her grew up not being shielded from pretty much anything. We played all the violent video games as kids. We watched all the violent movies. The worst case scenario is our parents put their hands in front of our face if there was nudity, but we heard all the explicit language, all the graphic gore and violence, and we're fine. So, but she's like shielding him from everything in this little bubble. I'm like, why? Like that didn't. No one did that with us.
Does
I don't
he own a
understand.
You're
phone?
gonna pop that bubble.
Does he own a
You're
phone?
gonna pop that bubble.
He just barely got a phone, but because
Then it's
what
over.
do you call it?
Then it's over.
But he's only allowed to use it when he's with family. Like he doesn't take it to school. He doesn't go hang out. He's also young. He's like well, not that young. He's going to be 10, but he doesn't have his phone and go with his friends with his phone, and he doesn't take his phone to school. He can have his phone when he's at home or when he comes to like my house, and that's it. So she's like shielding him from everything, or trying to
Jeez.
anyway. But
He lets him
yeah.
come to your
Good
house.
luck with
That's
that.
not shielding.
right.
I'm just fucking saying. Clearly, that's a mistake.
Right.
That plan is
It's like
not
Uncle
foolproof.
Mike showed me hookers and cocaine today.
We snorted 3 lines in Grand Theft Auto 5, and I watched 2 hookers lap dance, and they did the lesbian kiss. It was great. It was great.
We did
Isn't that great,
cocaine
Mike?
and built Lego spaceships all weekend.
Good times. Good times.
Not bad by all.
No, he's a good kid. He's super smart too. He's really smart. He's also a little socially awkward, but no, he's a fucking smart kid. But yeah, for whatever reason, she's trying to shield him from everything, and it's like I don't
Crazy
know.
woman. I wonder why.
Yeah. I mean, there's certain things you shield the kid from, but it's like our parents didn't do a bad job bringing us up. So like, why would you all of a sudden try to do like this weird? He's not allowed to do the things that you were allowed to do.
Well,
Like,
maybe
I don't-
She feels like it
look how
never
you
really
turned
affected her.
That's a good point, Cozy. Maybe it affects it.
Yeah.
Also, I mean, some things are a lot different than they were when we were growing up. There's no doubt about it.
No, but I mean, my sister played the most violent, gory video games as a child, and like doesn't look back at it thinking like, oh, why did our parents allow us? Like, she just doesn't. It doesn't bother her.
No, but for all
whatever
you know,
reason with
she
him,
might have a
she's
body
like,
in
oh,
the
he can't
back.
do it.
She might have a body in the backyard you don't know about. I mean,
What?
what?
Well,
Why? Save us, please.
well, yeah, I was waiting. Mr. Inferno, where did he go? That's what I want to know. What freaking happened to Inferno? You know,
He was
there
here
for
a
couple
second
seconds.
ago. He dipped
Yeah,
already, huh?
And he just left. So I don't know.
Bro,
what happened.
Cozy's
Inferno,
frozen
And
picture
now
scared him
Cat's
off.
Say, you know,
There he is. Okay.
There we go. There we
go.
fucking go.
Mr. Inferno, how you doing?
Doing good, man. Sorry for the technical issues.
No problem. Thank you for coming on. Yeah, I've been trying to get this guy on this podcast since its inception, and it's been like pulling teeth, and it is an honor to have him on. So
Yeah.
So tell me what you've been drinking. What's your poison of choice?
Don't tell me fucking dinosaur piss.
Ow.
Ow.
H2O. That golden H2O.
Golden H2O? You mean the golden showers?
Golden shower.
Oh, sorry. No. This purified H2O. There you go. Clear. Crystal clear. like a
Yeah.
diamond.
Yeah.
Purified water, softened H2O.
I'm a water boy fan. I gotta stick to it.
You can do it. Okay. Anyhow,
So
Like
are
that's
you
from
calling
half
yourself
high to
Mr.
H2O.
Inferno?
so what you been playing? What you been doing? How was your New Year's? Yada yada yada.
New Year's been going good so far. Been interesting year so far. I've noticed there's aliens in Miami somewhere. I hope we find them.
There are plenty
There are
of
plenty
I-
of aliens in Miami. What are you talking about? They come in from Haiti all the time.
Oh wow, I'm not getting into that one. but
Those
been
are alien
playing,
Guatemalans. How dare you, sir?
Oh, Lord.
but I've been playing Fortnite. The evil Fortnite. I've been dabbling in that, but my main squeeze has been Dragon's Dogma. I want to get through it before the new one comes out.
Dark Arisen.
Dark Arisen?
Yeah, Dark Arisen. Wish me good luck, man. Then I got Yakuza on the way. Not super far.
Okay, so like,
I just met the dragon. What's his name? It's the guy that. Is he Dragon Risen or something crazy like that? He's in the cave.
Mhm.
I just got to him.
Oh, okay.
oh, okay.
So
So you're very early on.
very early. So wish me luck.
So what?
So what compelled you to do that?
Like what?
Like what? Like that's a pretty old game. So
The new one looks good, and I'm the type of person, if I haven't played through the old one, I want to go through it before I get to the new one. I did that for God of War as well.
All of them.
All of them? You played
Yeah, I played through
first
all of them
onwards?
before 2018 came through. So I made a weird decision. I'm like, hey, I gotta get a PS3. I went to a pawn shop.
Mhm.
I researched, which one was the best. I got that one. Of course, I couldn't get a fat one, which everybody wants, of course, the one that plays PS2 games. But I went through all the series, like no streaming, nothing. Like I bought them all and went through everything, was ready, and I played through all the God of War. So that's just something I do for some games. I'll go through them all.
You
You have
a
a better dedication than I do.
Okay, hang on a second. I think I figured out what the. Mr. Inferno, we're getting some serious echo from you. I mean, every time one of us talks, it comes back through you 3 times as loud.
Oh, okay. My bad. I'm trying to hook up my mic too. I'm gonna have to figure this out. But yeah, that's what I've been up to, guys. That's what I've been doing, man.
Okay, cool.
Okay, cool.
So figure out your mic issue, and we'll come back to you in a second. So let's go ahead and get started with the topics. The first one, new year, new hardware. We got quite a few things that have been announced late last year and in the beginning of this year. The first of which, okay, I guess, it's the Xbox toaster. Yeah.
I want
There you
one.
go.
If anybody wants to send me a late Christmas present, feel more than.
I can get you one. That's no big deal. I'll get you one. No, I mean I'm in the market for a toaster. I have bagels in the morning for breakfast, but yeah, I mean, it doesn't look like it's that competent of a toaster. That's the problem that I have. It's like they make this.
They can't even make toasters. Is that what you're saying?
I mean,
Xbox can't make
like the
toasters.
fridge wasn't a good fridge.
They
Like,
can't
they
make
made an
games.
Xbox-
They can't make toasters.
Honestly,
I did not say
wise.
that. I
Honestly,
did not
wise
say
for the
that.
How is
shits
their
and
fridge?
giggles, for the whole shits and giggles, I would have tempted to say, if anyone wants to send me one of those toasters in the fridge, yeah, I might do a review on it just for the shits and giggles.
Isn't this like the second time they've made an Xbox toaster though?
No, this is
This
the
is the
first
first-
toaster.
They made 2 fridges though. They made a bigger fridge.
Wasn't there
and a
something
smaller
else that
fridge.
put the Xbox logo on food or some shit like a long time ago?
They in England you were able to get Xbox branded donuts from like Krispy Kreme or something, but you couldn't get them here.
Lucky pricks.
But why didn't they have them here? In America.
I don't know.
We deserve everything.
And that's the thing.
In
why
America,
the
what's
fuck?
America, Cozy? The fuck?
America.
Greatest country in the world. The land of the freedom and
Yeah.
eagles.
What?
Oh, say can you see?
Oh,
Anyone
ow.
interested
No.
in like? Okay, first of all, the problem that I have with this stuff is, yeah, I know that they're trying to do they're trying to capitalize off of the memes and everything, but then make a competent device. Like the fridge wasn't a good fridge, and I don't know if this toaster is a good toaster. Anyone
It's a
interested
cheap
in this thing?
fridge. How much is the toaster?
$40.
$40. $40.
Too much goddamn money.
That's
Get
too
a
much,
real
yeah.
fucking toaster.
You can go to the dollar store and get a and get
Okay,
you can seriously
the
get like
toaster
a.
you're getting at the dollar store is not a competent toaster.
It's
The
going to be
toaster-
better than those dollar store ones. That's what I had when I had one. It lasted for ages. I also have a dollar store blender.
How dare you insult her
A blender,
toaster,
mixer.
sir?
No.
I mean, I think it's. I mean, I guess it's cool that like when it toasts it, it gives a logo of an Xbox. But
Yeah, I
it's
think,
like,
and that's not the first one to do that.
It really isn't, dude. They
there's
got the
Disney
same
ones
shit
like
that put
this.
like football logos and shit on toast. Like,
Yeah.
who gives a shit?
Well,
It's so
because
stupid.
it's just something for fun. It's just something for fun. I mean,
No, yeah, it's a novelty item. It's
Yeah.
you know, if
Yeah,
someone
but
wants
is
it,
it-
cool.
I
I
don't
think
even
I
like
think it's stupid.
toast.
well, do you think it's too little, too late? I think maybe they should have made this like in the beginning when they first launched the console, or maybe within that first year.
Too little,
once
too
it's
late for
launched.
what? Whatever
Yeah,
it is,
it's-
it's not going to do anything for them. It's not going to like generate a bunch of sales. It's just a novelty item for Xbox fans. All it is.
Well, it
Yeah,
must have done
like
something.
any-
doesn't matter
They
when
made a
they made
fridge
it.
and they made a smaller variation of that same fridge, so it must have done something. for them.
but it's no different than the novelty lights you can get with the Xbox logo or with the achievement logo that make the achievement sound. It's all the same type of marketing. It's just something
well.
for fun. It's not.
Yeah, it's it's
not meant
for
to drive
existing
sales or
fans. It's
anything.
not
It's- yeah.
designed to like bring more people into the Xbox ecosystem.
Yeah, I know that,
I
but
think your question is more centered around timing, correct, Wise?
yeah, I would say like right now, I would say the Series S when it first was launched had a positive reception going in, and now I think it's becoming kind of maligned, for lack of a better word.
No, it's
So-
it's maligned by the fanboys and by Icon Era. Okay, stop it. Stop reading that shit.
Okay, I apologize. I
Yeah.
sincerely apologize.
People actually using them aren't like.
You never see people who are actually Xbox Series S owners maligning the console. It's always PlayStation fanboys that are maligning the Xbox Series S. And to this point, the only game that hasn't come to it is Baldur's Gate 3. Other than that, it's got everything else. So
Yeah,
what's the problem?
No, it's really. I thought Baldur's Gate 3 came in, it just didn't have couch co-op.
yeah. It doesn't have couch co-op. It's there. It just doesn't have full.
That's what I
function.
meant.
Oh
Sorry.
no,
Okay.
couch co-op. Such a travesty.
No.
Something that people haven't used in fucking 20
I was gonna say, does
50
anybody in
years.
this panel use couch co-op? Seriously,
I would not play that
Yeah.
game couch co-op. I've played games.
I honestly wish more games had couch
Look
co-op.
over there, going. Look over there, going. Yeah, I got a friend who comes over every once in a while. Yeah,
No.
Because there's a lot of
I
games that
have
are good to
concern.
play multiplayer. You have family
Yeah.
members or friends that are with you in the same room.
yeah.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Oh, you want to play this game? Hey, get the
Yeah.
fuck out and go to your house so we can play." It's so
Yeah.
so stupid.
I would do that.
live with
I would
my
do
two
that.
sons.
Oh yeah.
So
Okay, well, the next piece of hardware that was announced actually was
Wait. How
announced-
old? Wait. Now I gotta ask. How old are your sons?
My kids.
one turned 18.
Oh.
The other one is 13.
Okay, so screwing the bear is okay. So yeah, doing couch co-op for you that's cool. Yeah, they're old enough. Yeah.
Oh no, they think Baldur's Gate is boring as fuck.
Oh,
They like FIFA, Call
Oh.
of Duty, Minecraft,
Ah.
stuff like that. Yeah.
I know Call of Duty has co-op. I know that. So
All right. Well,
Fuck
let's go
that
on to the
shit.
next. Let's go on to the next bit of hardware. This was actually announced late last year. I hate to say that, just actually a week prior. It was a new headset by Astro, which back in the day made some killer headsets, and then they got bought by Logitech. And yeah, so this is their new offering under the Logitech banner. It's the A50X. And the claim to fame here is that it's not only a headset and it's got new drivers. It actually, and I don't know anything about this, it's a Pro G graphene audio drivers for anyone who knows what the fuck that even means. But that is not the interesting part of it. The interesting part of it is, and I don't know if you can see it on the screen here, but it has it has a spot for one HDMI out, and it's got two HDMI in, so it can connect to both your PlayStation and Xbox simultaneously and switch between the two consoles if need be. So
Okay, so it's doing a pass through. It's doing a pass through, so it gets the signal directly from HDMI.
Now, it is not coming in cheap. I mean, it's two colors. I got the white one pulled up, but it is also offered in a black. But it is right now priced at $379.99, and they had pre-orders late last year, but apparently those pre-orders sold out quick. And now it's just on a notify me situation. Obviously, they're going to, once it's not officially out yet, I think it's going to come out end of January, early February, and of course they're going to open up with stock it's there. But yeah, this is going to be an interesting one to see, because like I actually returned my PlayStation AirPods. I don't know what they call them.
Oh, did you? Yeah, we did. I didn't know that.
No, did I say that already? Yeah, I did return those things. Those things were not comfortable at all. I mean, they were okay for like maybe 10, 20 minutes, but then after a while, the weight of it got really, well, for me at least, it really started hitting the inside of my ear canal pretty badly, and I had just gonna wear it.
You know, you're supposed to clean those things out every once in a while.
What, the ear canal or the AirPods?
The ear canal, yes.
Well, there's something fucking wrong with that ear. I mean, I don't know what was it. Maybe it was the fact that it had those what was that? Those drivers everyone gawks over. What drivers? What is like the Audis people that they use, like the high end fidelity drivers? What are those drivers called? Those big drivers.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Planar magnetic drivers. Yeah. And I think this was the first earpods that actually have planar magnetic, and I think that maybe they didn't think it all the way through because those things made the little earpod things very heavy, and it didn't.
I'm just thinking you probably put the left side in the right ear and the right side.
At first, that's what I
You're
thought.
talking about Apple AirPods? I don't think those are planar magnetic.
No, I'm talking about the PlayStation AirPods. Well,
the PlayStation AirPods.
Oh, okay. The Pulse Explorers.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a Pulse, some shit like that. I don't know. Edge Explorer. I can't keep up with these goddamn.
Why is this?
The names kind of matter. I thought you were talking about AirPods this whole fucking time.
I was gonna
say,
why
PlayStation AirPods.
I got to talk shit about Astro, man. I got a pair right here. I've had them for years.
I had a pair of Astros. Yeah,
they're
nice.
good.
I
I
did
have no
not
problem
like
with them.
the pair I had.
Yeah.
No.
Well, I got mine were commemorative. Like
now, with that said, I'm not paying $400 for a pair of Astros.
No, like $50.
Oh shit! You can't pay $40 for a toaster, so $400 is pretty much.
Yeah, it's just not happening, you know. And I need to know more about them. It is interesting that they're doing the HDMI pass-through thing, and they're allowing you to have multiple inputs.
Yeah,
which
neat.
I mean, I like that because I don't like the fact that like for other headsets, like especially like the Steel series, there's like an Xbox variant and then there's a PlayStation variant, and you need to buy the Xbox variant to be able to play that same headset on a PlayStation variant using the PC setting, but you can't use the PlayStation variant to play it on the Xbox variant. It was just like too fucking complicated.
That's one thing I love about the Xbox headphones, though I'm not using them right now. The fact that I could be listening to both the headphones and the PC at the same time, it made it very cool for, you know, because of the fact that I do that a lot. I'm gaming and I'm also watching something or I'm on a show, and I could control the volume of both in one set. So.
Yeah, I mean, I know Astros. I've owned Astros in the past, and they've always been very comfortable weight-wise. They are unlike any other set of headphones that I've ever used, in the sense that most headphones, after a while, they start putting pressure on the top of your skull, and these never did. So yeah, I was intrigued, but I don't know anything about the quality. I know Astro's qualities in the late end of it all were slipping. People were complaining about it. But I don't know if Logitech improved that or made it worse, or I don't even know.
I think it all depends on the model you get, because like the Astros I had were pretty good, but I know some models of Astros are pretty cheaply made, so I think it's just a matter of, you know.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I got the baseline plug-in ones.
I noticed it right now. If you look at the screen you have up there, it's only got 2 stars for an item that's not even out yet. So,
well, gee, might be some bias there.
Yeah, there might be. You think? Yeah. Right.
Out of what it says, 5 reviews already. 5 reviews, 2 stars
were they charging for it?
About $400 it looked like.
Jesus.
$380 before taxes. So with tax and shipping, you're probably looking at close to over $400 easy.
I'm happy with the ones with the headset I got
Yeah.
for Christmas. No, I
Well,
mean
I
I
mean,
got
For
a
400
headset
for
that's really
$400
cool.
I would make a can and a string work instead of spending
Yeah, no shit.
Well, around this time, they're also like this thing is going to launch at the end of January, and around that time, PlayStation's going to release their over-the-ear headset that it has their proprietary tech in it that you can use with the Portal. Remember that
Right.
they announced two headsets. One was an AirPod
That's
type thing, and the other one was
Yeah,
like
the other one was
over-the-ear.
the Pulse Elites. I think they're only $150.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Now I don't know if they're planar or magnetic, but
They are.
oh, they are. No.
Mhm.
Well, long story short, it's gonna be interesting to see how this pans out. I mean, I might eventually pick it up if it ever does discount because Amazon tends to put Astro stuff on sale quick. So I'm hoping that
They
once
do,
it comes
yeah.
out, yeah. So I'm
Yeah.
hoping when it comes out, I can get it on cheap or something. Like I might wait until the end of the year, maybe.
I'm interested, but I have Sony InZone H9s that I use, and they're like they're like $300. They're awesome, but I'm not entirely sure if these new ones are going to be better or not. So I'm interested to see how they kind of compare when it comes out. If they come out and they are better sounding, I'll probably end up moving to those because I like the fact that those have a charging stand and the end zones don't. You have to plug a fucking cable. Like, why can't they make these things with charging stands? Like the Astro one you were showing has a charging stand. Great. Like, I wish they all came with charging stands. You wouldn't have to fucking plug it in with a cable. I hate that.
Yeah, I hate those too. That thing too. Like you have to, and then they don't even give you if there's some of them will not even give you a fucking cable to charge it with. And now it's even worse. Like right now, like they don't even include. They have a 3.5 millimeter jack, but they don't even give you a 3.5 millimeter wire anymore. So a lot of them. Yeah. I know that like my Steel series, the Nova X, whatever, I paid like $300 for it. It didn't even come with a 3.5 millimeter wire.
I remember, wise, it's all to be more green. It's not to save money. No, it's not. No, it's to be more green.
Actually, it does also save money if they don't include it. They leave it on you because then they don't have to worry about shipping. What to them is a 50-cent cable. If they're making 50,000 units or whatever, that's,
You're being sarcastic, bro.
I know, Paul. That's exactly what I was saying.
Sure.
Like their excuses, we don't put the shit in the box anymore because we're lowering our green gas emissions and it's more green and economical for Mother Earth. And it's like, no, you're trying to save fucking a nickel per fucking box that you're sending out, you cheap fucks.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. That's what exactly it is. It is. Or as Apple
like the shit you get with Apple devices nowadays, it's ridiculous. You get nothing. You get a new iPhone, it's just a goddamn phone and some fucking manuals that tell you to go fuck yourself.
Yeah, and maybe they'll throw you a sticker too. They'll throw you a bone and give you a sticker or something like that. Like,
I don't think even they give you stickers anymore.
They don't even give you the Apple sticker anymore. Nope.
Oh, they don't.
I haven't seen. I don't believe so. No.
Yeah.
Or as Apple calls it,
no earbuds packed in, no charging cables, no shit. I haven't gotten a new one in a while, but I wouldn't be surprised if you didn't even get a fucking SIM eject tool with the new ones.
But remember, Apple doesn't call it being green or anything. Apple calls it courage. It's courage. It takes courage.
Oh, it's very, very courageous to save money.
Yeah, and piss off your millions and millions of fans as well at the same time. That's courage. Yep.
They don't care. They'll buy it either way.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Case in point. All right.
How am I sounding?
Oh, you sound great.
There, you sound better now. Yeah.
Yay!
All right.
Well, you jumped in on the
You
right
sound like you should be wearing Luke's hat.
After you talk, Mr. Inferno, don't mute your mic and let's see if we still hear ourselves. If you don't mute your mic.
Yeah.
Okay.
So now if we're talking.
Yeah.
And no, you're perfect. You're absolutely perfect. Oh, stop
All
it,
right.
asshole.
I actually put on the headset this time. Yeah.
That helps sometimes.
Okay, so
Yep, there you go.
The last piece of hardware that has been announced, or not really, it was sort of strongly rumored, is going to be announced on Monday. I'm not a PC guy, but I know there are people on the panel and watching the video watching the stream who might be. Nvidia put out a teaser trailer about something happening on January 8th, and it's highly suspected that it will be the 50 series. Anyone looking forward to these?
Already? Holy shit.
I guess. Anybody? I'm not a PC gamer.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know enough about it. But
I always go AMD.
Okay, what about you, Praxis or Jim? You guys are more PC centric. Are y'all looking into this, or do you know anything
I just
about
don't have enough
the
savings
rumored
put
stuff?
up for it, man. I mean, I have some other things that I need to pay for first.
But I mean, you must have heard anything about it, right? Since you guys,
My son-in-law
Still looking into it.
Yeah, he got the 4090 when it first came out, so he has one of those, and I mean, he loves it. He's looked into the 50 series, and it's impressive. He just doesn't know if he's going to jump because every time, what is it? The 5090 is going to be nearly $2,000 from the look of it, from what I'm seeing here.
yeah,
That's a lot of cash for a video card, man. I mean, God. So, and some of the other things you have to do if you haven't, bolstered your PC enough for it, you got to like upgrade a bunch of other things, and spending $2,000 or $3,000 every time there's a new card, even if it's a couple years between, is a little rough. So yeah, I'm gonna hold off a bit probably.
well, plus I'd be waiting to find out too, because remember, like, I think it was the 4080s were no better, were actually worse than the 3080s as far as
Or they were,
performance went.
yeah, it was like they were not enough of a jump to really be.
Yeah, they weren't enough of a jump to warrant the change. So
The
yeah,
90 was way better, but it was
Yeah.
considerably more expensive though too.
right.
So yeah.
so what do you think this thing is going to be able? Let's just play devil's advocate, here, right?
Yeah.
Let's just say pie in the sky. Let's talk about the 5090. What do you think is going to be included in the 5090? Obviously, some AI integration will definitely be in there, right? Some chips that will do some sort of AI crap with it, because that's Nvidia's bread and butter right now is AI. And so yeah, they're going to probably put that in there. What else?
Ray tracing 2.0.
Don't
Yeah.
you say that word. Keep that filthy word out of your mouth. God. I hate that. God.
I mean,
It's really shiny. I like shiny.
I look at these things, and my kids are into all this stuff. I look at this crap, and I'm like, dude, I know that my consoles cannot cannot play it at the fidelity that their PCs can, but you know what? I'm fucking happy with what I got, because what I got and what it's putting out is good enough for me. That's all I gotta say, so.
I mean, people think it's talking about like beating a dead horse, but in all truth, when it comes to you spending money on stuff like that, the performance of the people that usually put those cards in, you know what the number they're looking at, what they're looking at total, frames per second. That is the vast majority of what they're after. The people that spend the money on those cards. So, it's like people are like, oh, that's not what matters. That is big time. What most people are.
Yeah, they're playing a fucking 1080p, 180 frames per second.
Well, or 1,000, which is what my son-in-law does when he does a test on his 4090. He gets fucking some games to actually show 1,000 frames per second at 1080p.
That's obscene.
It's like,
Obscene, sir.
yeah,
That's crazy.
but
What?
realistically, that doesn't do you any good.
No, it
yeah,
doesn't. You can't, because you have a monitor that can show that,
Right.
so it's pointless. But yeah, he has a
a
400
bit much.
hertz, 320 hertz monitor. Yeah, some crazy shit.
It's a flex, though, I guess. Twitter flex. Like, yeah, 1,000 frames. We losers.
A lot of people that get those upgrades are just because it's Twitter flex. They really don't need that. But it's like,
Yeah.
ooh, look what I got. Okay, congratulations, yay for you. Yeah.
Well, my son-in-law, the people that people like him, he's actually a competitive esports player. He's a gamer, so
Oh,
he
okay.
actually, like a real gamer, like somebody that goes in there and he sees when you see a frame drop, he sees frame drops. I'm like, dude, what do you mean frame? I can't see shit. What are you talking? There's a frame drop there. He's like, oh yeah, there are 3 frames there, and oh look at that, this is dropping. Oh yeah, it's gonna affect my performance. He actually is in like the top like 300 of players for the game, the new game, the finals. He's way up there.
Ooh.
He's really fucking good. He's one of those people that when he plays in front of me, it actually makes me angry. I'm like, God damn it. I don't want to watch you anymore. Fuck, we're done. Okay, can I play now so I can just fail? Jesus.
Well, speaking of this generation, this is what they've always been grown around. Like, I mean, look at this week. One of the biggest news articles was this 13-year-old beat Tetris, and I'm like, okay, I mean, so.
Well, because he's the first person to ever do it. he's the first person to
Yeah,
ever beat
but-
that final
He had a
level.
lot of time on his hand or something. I mean, Jesus.
That's what they have this time on their
Yeah.
hands.
I'm just saying.
They don't
okay.
go outside and play anymore. That's not
It didn't
a thing,
occur to
you
me.
know,
You know,
so
yeah, exactly. It didn't occur to me. I played Tetris until I got fucking bored and said, I'm gonna go outside and play or ride my bike or something. Let's go do something else. I play games like
Yeah.
crazy.
Breaking news: someone who has no fucking job was able to do something.
Well, I didn't read the article, but it didn't say how long it actually took him to do that. And if he did, I doubt he did it in one sitting, all 256 levels or whatever it is.
I'm surprised it took this long for someone to beat it. Though. I thought it would have been beaten years ago.
Right.
No, because most of us got bored after like the
That
15th or
was the
16th.
point. Yeah, we all didn't give a fuck.
And
Like,
some of
no,
those
Fucking that Tetris game was only cool for the first 11 hours, and after that, people just started offing themselves.
Well,
hours.
does he have the pause feature? That probably helps.
Yeah,
Pause and come
probably.
back
Yeah.
to
But yeah, I mean, I couldn't make it that far because some of those levels get really quick. You have to really
was a
react
marathon,
really
bro.
damn fast.
Marathon needed a speed run.
Yeah,
how many levels did Tetris even have? I'm like,
256.
I got to 11 and I called it. I was like, yeah,
Yeah.
good enough for me. Failed. We're done.
are you being sarcastic or are you being serious, Paul? It did.
I'm
actually
being
happen?
serious. I'm being serious.
That's
According to the
serious.
article, it was like 256 or something.
That's a random fucking number to put out. 256
crazy.
levels.
No, it's
They
not
just-
random. From
No,
a
it's not
computer
random.
standpoint, it's not
56.
random at all.
Oh, yeah, makes perfect sense.
Jesus Christ! It's just, man. I guess hats off to him for being able to beat Tetris at level 256. But you know, I don't think any college is going to look at that and say, okay, you deserve a scholarship. They're probably going to be
You know,
like,
you
okay,
got
that's
MIT,
good.
maybe they'd be looking. Who knows?
No, but yeah, some game companies might, or because if he did that, he's probably really tech oriented.
You know, they lower the bar nowadays. They really
Yeah.
got to bring him in.
just put him in the
Yeah,
record
fucking
book with
I ain't
all
fucking
the
fucking
all the
now.
other people. Put him in the
Yeah,
record
or
book,
he's in
that's all.
in Guinness Book of World Records.
Yeah, there you go.
Get this
Right.
Tetris champion here to MIT. It'd be good for some shit, some PR. Come on, bring him in.
Yeah.
Keep
Like
going. Wow.
out here when I was in high school, they had this thing called Ames testing. It was the Arizona Instrument to measure standards, and in order to graduate high school, you had to pass the Ames test. And
Yeah, you
when they
still
did
have to do
this,
that
they
too,
found that
yeah.
so many people were not passing the Ames test. Instead of the solution being, okay, how do we fix the problem? How do we make it so the students can, pass the Ames test? They said, you know what? We'll just lower the requirements for the Ames test. In which case, what the fuck is the point of the test?
Pretty
Well,
much.
also, a lot of the because I worked in a lot of it is they do what they call teach test, and Wise can attest to this. They're not actually educating; they're telling, okay, this is what's going to be on the test. This is what you need to teach your kids, and
And
that's
you
it.
know why they do that? Because the teacher's job is on the line of the test
Yeah.
results. So the teacher's going to be like, well, heck,
Yep.
if these little morons haven't been learning.
And,
Fire, yeah.
and the schools get incentive for having higher scores
Yeah, it's,
because they will
I said-
get more money if they have
Yeah,
higher
money.
scores.
That's all it really
So,
comes down
yeah.
to. People are bitching and moaning about like tuitions and things like that.
Yeah.
Stop paying for them. Stop.
Yeah.
Don't send your kids. Don't send them to college. Go send them to trade schools. Teach them a
Yeah.
trade. Teach them something
it's-
that's actually worth something. You know.
Federal grants and stuff are tied to those test results, so they're not,
Exactly.
he's not actually educating. He's told this is what's going to be on the test. These are the answers we're looking for, and this is what you need to teach your kids in the next 6 weeks. Yeah,
It's,
Yeah.
it's a financial circle jerk.
Yeah.
You don't want to contribute into that nonsense.
All right, so let's go ahead and move on to the next topic, which is going to be a lot more interesting. Xbox in 2024. So we did get a rumor from the Xbox Era podcast. I cannot pronounce his name. Speedroller can help me out with here. Sheepshill Nick. Sheepshill, is that how you pronounce the first name?
I don't know.
Okay. Fuckhead McFucknuts. I don't know. What is it? Let me read it.
I don't care. Yeah, whatever.
Sheepshill Nick. He said that there's going to be a developer direct.
Shepsel. Yeah.
Yeah, something
Yeah,
like that.
and Jez has pretty much backed that. Jez Gordon has pretty much backed that up.
Oh yeah.
I'm ready. I'm ready for that.
Well, I mean, isn't there one every year? So
Yeah.
Well,
The first time
one-
was last year.
Is this
He
the
said
shitty
that-
one I've been hearing about, where things are going to actually be like removed and a whole bunch of things are going to be like nerfed the fuck out?
Don't know because we really don't have much information about what's supposed to take place in the next 2 weeks or so.
Yeah,
Somebody,
is it-
somebody that I know on Twitter was bringing it up, and they were really concerned because they'd heard a rumor that it was going to be like a whole bunch of shit was going to be nerfed and removed, and a lot of the achievement. I can't remember all of it. I'd have to look up the tweet and find it, but it didn't sound good. So
For a
Yeah.
specific game, for a specific game.
No.
what?
First of
for
all, this-
everything, for the entire across the board, like
Oh.
Well,
like
they-
achievements were going to be fucked up. And I went, oh
Yeah.
Jesus, that didn't sound
Good.
good.
because according to him, they've revamped the entire achievement system, and that's done, and it's ready to be pushed out. And that's one of the things they're possibly going to announce. On
Revamped in what way? Like what?
Yeah.
What was needing revamping? I mean, the only thing that I think that they should do to the achievements is add like a platinum trophy equivalent, because I think that's cool. But other than that, like, there's really nothing needs to be done to the achievements.
Wise had to go take dinner out of the oven. You know, 'cause
Yeah,
it's-
right. No, he's gonna burn the chicken nuggets.
he heard the whip. He heard the whip crack. He heard the whip crack.
Right.
Yeah.
Handle my ass.
I think
Just
the only
scream
thing else
this out
I
out.
think of is like
Chicken nuggets.
Was
a
that
platinum equivalent, and then find a place to put it somewhere on your profile, like just
platinum
display it.
equivalents? Oh God, no.
No, we don't need to do that. I mean,
Yeah.
let's
I mean,
only
no,
do
you don't
that.
need it, but I do think it's kind
I
of
mean,
cool.
it's nice.
The
Adds
platinum shows that you've done everything in the game,
Yeah,
or, you know.
something,
So
No,
It's some-
because
it-
that
I
makes
think
those
it's
of
cool,
us that makes those of us who can't look like shit. Okay.
Yeah,
You
there you go.
No.
hey, listen, man, I only have like single digit number of platinum trophies. I'm not a platinum trophy chaser, but I do know that for some people,
Yeah.
there's an
Yeah, I
appeal
know.
to having a reason to go do everything.
Well, the way I look at it is like I just we were talking about Somebody mentioned Maneater on Twitter today. Maneater is one of the few games I managed to 1,000 point at the time before the DLC came out. I actually got
Mhm.
I did everything in that game. You know, so
That's a great game.
and those games are few and far between for me that I can actually do all 1,000 points. You know, free DLC, which adds to them. But
Yeah.
So yeah, they're gonna add something. I guess that's the main thing they needed, right? Was that like a tier system for their points, platinum, gold, bronze, whatever they want to call it, but that type of ranking system. What else besides?
from what I've seen, we haven't seen a whole lot of information on that. So anything you see about that, complaining about what it might happen, take it with a grain of salt.
Yeah, probably rumors, but
Yeah.
And stay off of Icon Era. So-
It's reset.
Reset error.
Yeah, that's still better than.
Might as well be
what's that
fucking
about
ladies'
4chan?
Foot Locker, bro. That's what he's trying to say.
Well,
Yo.
what would you rather me go to 4chan or what? Like, you know.
No, just realize that when you're looking at a source like that, it's not really a good source. It's just, he is a headline. He fishes for clicks to drive you to that site, which isn't really a site so much as just a clearinghouse for all of his clicks. It's like,
Oh.
It's just a place where people say shit. That's all
Yeah.
it is. Just a bunch of people saying shit.
So this
it's
is a
not
developer-
it's not even an improper source for news. It's not improper. It's below that. It's just,
Yeah.
it's garbage tier, baby.
yeah.
Junk.
I mean, and I
Well-
don't say that about a lot of sites. I'm just saying, don't get your news ideas from that
Side
shit.
of the shit.
Yeah, don't get you.
Well, there's also rumors that there might be a shadow drop of a game like they did last year with Hi-Fi Rush. There might be a game like that this year from the Psychonaut developers, Double Fine. It's abbreviated.
Yes!
Yeah, Double Fine posted something a few days ago that they're working on something.
Did they? They were.
I love
Yeah.
Double Fine.
I hope they're cooking. I hope so.
I love their games. Their games have, I would probably say, second only to Nintendo, their games have this personality that just permeates everything they do. I really enjoy their games. I mean,
I didn't like Psychonauts 2. I liked Brutal Legend though. Brutal Legend was fucking awesome.
oh, you didn't like Psychonauts 2? Why not?
Oh
I
man, I
like
love
Psychonauts
Psychonauts too. Man,
I just didn't, man.
It may not. It just may not hit with everybody, but I enjoyed it. It was a good game.
Well, Brutal Legends was good. Psychonauts 2 was good. Psychonauts, the original one, was phenomenally good. I even liked Costume Quest, some of their smaller indie type.
Oh, Costume Quest is fantastic.
Mhm.
Never even heard of it.
It was good. It was good.
There's
also,
Custom
what's
Quest
the other
2.
Broken Age.
Yeah, Broken Age. Broken Age is another one that it came out with. I know
Costume
it
Quest gets talked about a lot around Halloween. Of course.
I would love a
That's
Brutal
Yeah.
Legends again. I would love another one of those.
Yeah, I fucking
Well,
love
there
Brutal
was
Legend.
rumors
Jack
that
Black's
Jack
still
Black is-
around, man. Make a fucking Brutal Legend 2.
Yeah, make a
Let's go.
sequel.
Let's
That'd be
go.
awesome.
Well, apart from
The soundtrack is
Psychonauts,
bitching too, man.
Mm-hmm.
that's right. Yeah. But apart from just Double Fine, what else do you think could possibly be shown at this direct?
Somebody has said South of Midnight. I don't know if it's true, but we could see. There's no date on it. They've been working on it for a long time.
Yeah, with all the publishers they have, hopefully we'll get some stuff. But a lot of times the developer directs are focused on one or two things. They're not a big, it's not like a big showcase of a lot of different things.
Yeah, like last year they showed more Starfield. They showed Starfield, Hi-Fi Rush. What did they show? They showed Redfall. What else did they show? Did they show anything else?
I don't
I
remember.
honestly have no idea. I don't remember.
Yeah, but this year in the Pipeworks, what they have is, for what we know, is Avowed. They have Hellblade 2, and honestly, that's it. And yeah, that Double Fine game. Apart from anything else that might crop up, everything else like South of Midnight and that In Exile. Okay, South of Midnight is made by what? It was made by In Exile, right? Or is it made by? Okay, there's two of them. There's one is South of Midnight.
No, South of Midnight is Compulsion.
Yeah, that's Compulsion.
Yeah,
And In Exile is doing that other one that looks like
Clockwork Revolution.
Clockwork Revolution. Yeah.
Do you think we get anything from either of those?
South of Midnight maybe. I don't know about Clockwork. That would be great, but I don't know if they're gonna launch two RPGs in the same year like
It's
that.
gonna give us more memes and videos.
Okay, but well, what about some of the other stuff? They got like Contraband. We heard about a couple of years ago, and that sort of went under the radar. We've not heard anything about heads or tails from that. There's that Perfect Dark sitting in that nebulous environment. Everyone is.
Well, it'd be nice to hear something about the Indiana Jones game coming.
Yes, I was going to bring that up
Yep,
next.
yep. Machine Games hasn't been nothing in a while, so.
Yeah, because that was announced in 2021, so we should be hearing more about that soon. I would think.
You think we get anything from Blade? Or
No,
no,
Already?
They're in pre-production on that.
Yeah, it just got in the oven. That's what it feels like. It just got.
Okay. What
Let's
about
see.
Fable 2? Anything?
It'd be nice. It'd be nice to finally get something out of Fable.
Maybe E3 this year. Yeah. That time of the year, but I don't think for Direct.
I don't know if the Direct is going to be the place where they're going to show some of these bigger or more ambitious games.
I think Direct is for like everything before E3, and then E3 time zone. It'll be the rest of the year. I think that's what it's going to be. Because I think they didn't show Starfield for the Direct. They waited until the summer, the E3.
Yeah, they held on to everything until the summer show.
It's also hard to say because even though they announced a lot of games, we don't really know when most of these games went into production, how long they've been in production. It's all just a gamble.
True.
Well, they got two major developers or publishers, if you will, pseudo publishers, if you want to call them that anymore, under their belt. They got Bethesda. They now have ABK. Do you think that the Direct is going to focus on their games coming from their camp?
It's too soon to focus on anything from ABK. I think that would surprise us. I
don't know about focus on ABK, but I mean, there's certainly probably a whole bunch of games that were being developed under ABK that were never announced that obviously are now theirs that they could showcase or announce. Who knows how many games ABK was had in a pipeline ready to go.
Oh, the next 62 Call of Duties roll under work,
Right. The problem is with the Direct, it's like, how big do you want to go? Like, because
the Direct is usually the Directs are usually something a lot smaller, a lot more.
Yeah, like, do you save the next Call of Duty for like the E3 time zone? Like,
we're not going to see anything about the next Call of Duty. I probably
summer
save it for them.
Yeah, whatever they want to call it now.
Because it should be stuff that's ready to go at this Direct. That's what they usually talk about. Things that we all know is coming out this year. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. It's coming.
And hopefully we do get at least one. Oh, by the way, it's available right now, or it's available in 2 hours, whatever they did previously.
It'd be great if they do that. Yeah, that'd be
Well, there are a
nice.
couple
Just
of
hopefully we don't get another Hellblade. Trailer.
Oh.
Like
Towerborn.
Something
That might drop. They might show
I was
Yeah.
looking at
Who
that.
knows?
It shows,
Look,
it
look
shows
at
a
our characters
24K.
lift weights so
end of
that
the
now they're going to look like the
I know-
people that they play on the screen or something.
I know Outer Worlds 2 is probably a ways off. It looks like. Let me see. What else?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Though it would be nice to get an early view look at Outer Worlds too. It really would.
Oh, that'd be,
yeah.
that'd be great. I'd like to see how that.
Oh yeah.
That'd be
Well,
a nice
there,
one. I mean,
you know,
there's-
even in Bethesda's camp, there were a couple of games. There's a couple of things that we didn't mention. There was rumors or rumblings around that there's a new Wolfenstein in works somewhere in Bethesda, and there was also
Well, the studio behind Wolfenstein is the studio working on the Indiana Jones game, so they're probably
true.
tied up.
so they may be struggling with that. Both times, yeah, a little bit.
And then we still haven't seen anything on State of Decay 3, so
Yeah.
That's true.
we can always see something about that.
Yeah.
Hopefully, Undead Labs at least has been doing things.
Yeah.
Unless they
State of Decay
incorporated-
2 released a long time ago.
Yeah.
They updated and everything though.
And there's still bugs in State of Decay 2 that they never corrected. So hey,
I don't know. Who needs that? That's just flavor, buddy. Flavor for the game.
It's
Is
just
that what that
flavor.
is? That's the flavor of my main
the
person
spice of
getting
life,
ripped in
you know?
half. Yeah,
You can't
that's
get
because of
used
a
to the game
glitch.
being
Yeah.
fucking destroyed, and it's not the right game.
The character that I've spent the last 27 hours working on, and because of a glitch, he gets ripped in half. And I rage with the fucking game, okay?
We've all been there.
And it has been surprisingly quiet. Apart from helping others in their games, we've not really heard a lot from that development house. And I know
Well,
like
again, if we're going with rumors, there's supposedly a new Doom game that they're working on, Doom, whatever the fuck it's called, or possibly a Mandalorian game.
That sounds cool.
Well, we
the
know a
other thing we're
Mandalorian
hearing,
game's being
so-
worked on by somebody, so.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I see the Mandalorian. If they're working on a Mandalorian game, I see that something being announced at like a Disney D23, like in conjunction with Xbox.
I'm
You
still
know,
holding out hope that they go back and use the old 1313 assets because that game was almost
Yeah,
done.
that was
Oh,
that
When
that
it got
game's
dropped.
fucking awesome.
Yeah.
the
So
graphics
fucking
it looks
awesome.
phenomenal,
Oh
actually.
yeah,
So-
it fucking got me all excited, and they're like, "Yeah, we can't."
canceled.
Dark got all hard shit that he had to waste it. You know, it's like
Yeah, it wasn't
It
happy.
went up like a lightsaber, went back down like a lightsaber.
The lightsaber just flopped over, looking all sad and shit.
That was terrible.
I see your Schwartz is as big as mine. What's up?
Just slapping the hell. Not now, buddy. Not now. Come on. Come on, dude.
Look, anything that you would like them to announce in this?
Same as Paul. I would like for them to make a annual tradition where they shadow drop a proper banger like they did with Hi-Fi Rush. At least one. That's what I'm most looking forward to.
So what would be that drop that you would say, okay, yeah, they.
well,
held
see,
up
here's
to
the
it.
thing: we didn't know what Sci-Fi Rush was going to be until it dropped, and everyone was like,
Exactly.
"Holy shit, this is good."
Exactly.
Well, we didn't even know Microsoft was capable of doing something like that, right? Like
Yeah.
Shadow drops.
Right.
It was not something that Microsoft ever did. It was not in their wheelhouse. So when they did it, it took us number one aback that they even shadow dropped something, and number two that the quality of what they shadow dropped was phenomenal. You know. And I'm
Actually, even before that, they shadow dropped a few things on Game Pass. They just all of a sudden it's there. They don't announce it. It just kind of shows up. You know. So it wasn't the first time, but it was the first time that it hit that big. That it was like, holy shit, we've got something.
Yeah, I remember the rumors. It was rumored to be a Jet Set Radio style game or
Yeah.
something like that. I was like, what? That sounds crazy.
By the way, Cozy, this is from Sir X-Men to use. I had a dolphin.
He had dolphin in his tuna the other
Yo.
day.
I don't. You can kill all the dolphins.
Whoa!
Wow.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Have you ever seen
Don't touch your sperm
Oh.
whale.
Larry Cancer stand up?
Wow.
Dolphins are tasty.
They're just talking about fucking the animal rights activists and the dolphins and shit. Fucking hilarious, man.
Do we get any hardware?
Don't eat the tuna fish. He's like, what? Don't eat the tuna fish. Why? Because dolphins are getting caught in the nets. What about the tuna fish? Oh, fuck them. They taste good.
You got a point, you know? He's got a point there.
Like, yeah, we're all for animals' rights unless the animal tastes fucking good. Yeah.
Oh my god, the Cove.
Protect the cats,
Have you
protect the dogs, but fuck
have
them
you
chickens.
seen that documentary, The Cove? Someone in the chat was talking about The Cove.
Nope.
It's about this cove in Japan, where they murder like fuck tons of dolphins. They use these like poles. They put them in the water and they bang them, and they get all the dolphins to go into the cove. And then when they're in there, they just fucking slaughter them. And people were able to get like footage of it happening. And they actually went to Industrial Lights and Magic to make rocks that had cameras and shit hidden inside of them. Dude, it is fucking sad. You hear these dolphins screaming as they're getting slaughtered.
You're like, oh,
it's insane. And then they went and they tested, quote unquote tuna from all these different regions on the coast, and like 90% of them tested positive for dolphin.
Oh wow!
So they're cutting the tuna with dolphin?
They're just slaughtering the dolphins and using them for whatever. Like they're using the meat for shit. They're using the hide for shit. But like you're not supposed to be killing them like that. They're literally just getting them into this cove where they can't escape and just slaughtering them. Like the water, the entire fucking cove literally turns red, like fucking blood red. It is insane. It's the saddest thing I've ever fucking seen.
Eventually they'll run out. So.
Wow.
Eventually they'll go extinct, so they won't have anything to slaughter anymore.
If you ever have a chance to watch it, though, it's a documentary. It's called, or it's not even really a documentary. It's like almost like investigative report type thing. It's interesting. It's called The Cove. You should check it out.
No tuna was hurt in the making of this dolphin massacre.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Thousands were fucking clubbed over the heads and then speared like fucking, they were in a 300 movie. Fuckers jumping off boats like King Leonidas speared fucking dolphins.
Were these dudes like snorting crank before they jumped in the cove to kill all these? Yeah, let's do it! Fucking dolphins, man! Oh my god!
Oh, so somebody's saying that Indiana Jones may come out this year.
Yeah, that's the and it may be one of those that we don't get anything till it's closer to release, like they did with Starfield. So
it's a good game.
That's one I'm honestly really not looking that forward to, though, because obviously I don't think Harrison Ford is going to be voicing the character, right? So it's going to be weird to hear an Indiana Jones that's not. It's like when you watch the Young Indiana Jones TV show. It's like, dude, this little motherfucker's not Indiana Jones. Harrison Ford's Indiana Jones.
So there was
yeah. And then just like Tomb Raider and Uncharted, I think they do that style of game. That I don't know. It's gonna be hard to imagine the Indiana Jones game being as good as those. It could happen, but it's just I don't know.
Say for example they make a Indiana Jones game in the vein of Uncharted and Tomb Raider.
Well, remember, Tomb Raider is the female Indiana Jones. So
yeah, I mean that's what happened. It's coming full circle. Indiana Jones inspired Tomb Raider. Uncharted was inspired by Lara Croft, and now it's all going to come full circle. I just don't know that Indiana Jones, the character in a game that takes place in the 1930s, 40s, is going to be able to be as good as those games. I mean, except that it could be, but I don't know.
And see, this is where, like, when they announced that game, and I'm not saying anything bad about the game or anything like that. Let me go ahead and say that. But I'm thinking, okay, they had to pay a licensing fee to get that, right? Mm-hmm. My question is, like, was that the best use of their income? Like, could they have just not made a Tomb Raider or / Uncharted clone and not
it's not gonna carry as much hype as having a known name.
Also,
Indiana Jones.
Also, it helps that our buddy, our pal, God Howard, loves Indiana Jones. That's why it's happening. All it takes is somebody at the studio that wants it that bad. That's why we haven't got certain games, because nobody wants to do it.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, in some games, they could make a clone and name it like, Super Bob or whatever. But nobody's gonna want to play that game, But if you say it's an Indiana Jones game, you immediately people that are fans of the franchise.
Mitigating risk
But-
because they know that right off the bat the game's automatically going to have some level of excitement.
Yep.
It's a known IP, so that's why they do it.
And it's a known IP that people have wanted a game like that for a long time. You know, as long as they don't introduce Shia LaBeouf as Mutt in the game, we're good.
No,
You
that
know?
motherfucker better not be anywhere near the game.
Hey, that's
Actually, I really believe that it would be better if they sort of do separate the game from the movie franchise. Like,
And that's why you're not a game developer.
I just don't know if it will resonate. I mean, like, yeah, we all know about it, but like, if you talk about like my kids' generation, they're like, that
I've
looks
never
like
seen Indiana Jones.
Yeah, the issue,
Well,
the
yeah, but
issue
see,
that they're going
Cozy,
to face is that,
yeah.
that IP right now is probably at the lowest it's ever been in terms of popularity, and that last fucking movie didn't help in the slightest.
no, it's
But the name still carries weight, though. Like, regardless of
Right.
anything that happened, the name's still going to carry some weight. It's just, it's going to be execution. Execution will be everything.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. I'm excited for it, but then again, I know what Indiana Jones is. I just don't know how excited others, especially people younger than us, would be for a game like that.
Old people need games too.
Yeah, but
Yeah, we're the ones that spend money. So
yeah, make a point and click game. Fuck them. Yeah, let's do it. Let's go back. Let's go back to the scum engine. Let's do that.
I mean, I just don't. I don't know. I mean, I'm looking forward to it. I just, yeah. As Super said, it's all going to be based off of the execution, and that's going to make the big deal here. I mean,
Yeah, like my hype levels right now aren't very high, but once I see that first gameplay trailer, that'll really be the thing that either gets me hyped or gets me like.
Yeah.
Right now, I'm just kind of in the middle.
Just like Wolverine, got to be a good game.
Well, and to me, it's like, and why I've said the same thing about Blade. Blade has a limited interest because the last Blade movie came out, a decade ago. You know.
Yeah,
So,
but I'm more excited in both Wolverine and Blade than I am in Indiana Jones.
I'm
I
just
know
saying,
how those are going to translate into a video game.
I'm just saying from interest levels, it's the same kind of thing. It's
because there was an Indiana Jones game, right? Sometime back.
But I mean, there's
Indiana Jones.
many Indiana Jones games. There've been Indiana Jones games all the way back to the fucking NES and shit.
Right.
Yeah.
Like I had Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade on Sega Genesis.
Right.
And then the Fate of Atlantis, which was one that was its own story, which was one of the
wasn't that first person?
No,
Fate of Atlantis was by LucasArts, was by Lucas Games back in.
It was a point and click scum game. It was
Yeah.
one of the. It was like
Yeah.
Monkey Island. It was like Monkey Island.
Yeah.
There was one that was either first person or it was a long time ago though.
The one that came out for the original Xbox.
Yeah.
The one that they
Yes.
brought out a couple years ago.
Well, Fate of Atlantis also came out on PC. It's that old. It's one of those. Oh.
Yeah, that was one that was a 3D. It was a full 3D. They just like did a 4K 60 version of that for the Series X when it came out.
Right.
Yeah, I've got that.
And then, of course, Lego Indiana Jones, and they redid that one relatively recently.
And Paul, I was going to tell you, I put a link in the chat there that was saying there was an actor that they used to play Harrison Ford in the film,
Right.
Age of Adeline, and when they used him, he sounds exactly like Harrison Ford, like fucking dead on.
Right.
And I was going to say, you could get somebody to do his voice. You don't have to use Harrison Ford. Trust me.
Very true. There's a guy that he sounds a lot like him that looks like him too. Does impersonations of him and does impersonations of Robin Williams as well. The
That's
guy
the kid
sounds
they
like
hired.
and looks like.
That's
the guy you're
kid they
talking
hired
about?
for the movie. That's the kid who they hired for that movie. Yeah, and Harrison Ford was in the movie. So
Yeah. Okay, when he does his impersonation of Harrison Ford, he looks exactly like him.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
incredible.
it's crazy.
Well, it's like kind of brings back because they don't always have a build like. Has anybody here been watching Monarch?
Yeah, it's
The
Monarch.
Legacy of Monsters?
No.
Yeah.
I don't
because
have
they
I
have
need to watch it.
because they have both. What's his name? They have both. I can't even think of his name now. And his son. He's playing the guy from Big Trouble in Little China. Kurt Russell. And his son is in there too,
And his
playing
son,
the
yeah.
younger him,
I
and his
can
son
see him
looks and
before.
sounds like him.
Oh shit, he looks like him from fucking The Thing.
Yeah, I know.
Oh my god. He looks like
but
McCready.
it's interesting.
McCready.
He's playing the younger version of his father, and it works out well. You know.
Yeah, that was like Ice Cube's son playing him in what do you call it? Straight Outta Compton.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's like that
Oh,
guy
yeah.
looks like Ice
Right.
Cube.
Well, he's not Ice Cube.
Yeah.
You know, what's his name? What is it? Clint Eastwood's son was in Suicide Squad, right?
Yeah, and looks. Yeah, one of his
He
sons
looks a
looks
lot
just
like
like him.
Eastwood's
Yeah.
son?
Oh yeah, it's crazy.
That's
stuff.
why they're saying he should play Wolverine because he's got that same look.
Make Wolverine short again.
Yes, I'll go
But
with that.
but see,
Okay.
facially Wolverine is based on Clint Eastwood.
Well, let me.
The look
The
is
old
based on
school-
the
yeah,
old
yeah, the old
the old spaghetti
Well, so
western
is-
Clint Eastwood.
so
yeah.
is
Make him
Oh,
5'2" and
God.
built like a
God,
brick shit.
Eastwood. Okay.
Yeah, 5'2"
Yeah.
and
Okay.
muscly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let's
Give
go back
him
to
the
development.
muscles.
Let's pivot a little bit. Do you think we hear anything about Perfect Dark?
No.
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 That shit went to
Maybe
development
at
hell.
E3.
Then they brought in Crystal Dynamics and God knows
They're
what the fuck.
hoping-
They're
they're
playing
hoping we
cornhole
forgot.
over there right now.
They hope we forgot.
Heard there was some development issues going on over there as far as
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
studio, but Crystal Dynamics, that's what other people tell me. Like, oh, it's working, but
Yeah.
the studio may be dissolved, maybe.
Yeah. The development issues. Yeah, this game sucked. That's the development issue. Yeah. That's it.
It'd be cool if we got something because I love that IP. I didn't care for Perfect Dark Zero. I thought Perfect Dark Zero was dog shit.
Zero was
Perfect
crap.
Dark on
Zero-
N64.
Absolutely.
Like everyone's like GoldenEye, GoldenEye. Like the fuck GoldenEye, dude. Perfect Dark shit all over GoldenEye.
I mean, GoldenEye just was fun to play with your friends, but it was
Yeah.
okay. It was
Remember,
trash.
Perfect Dark was originally supposed to be a GoldenEye sequel, but they didn't have the
Well,
licensing.
Well, Perfect Dark,
So-
yeah. Perfect Dark was a refinement of GoldenEye. They took GoldenEye, they
Yeah.
took that engine and made it amazing. And so
Yeah, it was everything that you love about GoldenEye, but just better.
10 times
Better and bigger maps, better
Oh,
weapons.
yeah.
It was just incredible.
Badass game. Yeah.
GoldenEye was really only fun with other people, license to kill, slappers only.
Okay, this is gonna
Something.
make
No
everybody-
odd job.
This is gonna
Yeah,
make
no,
everybody-
yeah, not him. Yeah.
Okay, so on this panel we
Sick
got
of the
two
fucking hat.
more Xbox-centric guys and two PlayStation-centric guys, and our guest, Mr. Inferno, is more Xbox-centric. We all play on all consoles, but you know,
Yes.
this is gonna make everybody sort of chuckle. I think. Do
Uh-oh.
we hear anything about Everwild?
Oh wow! How dare you?
Rare is in a room somewhere throwing darts at a board trying to figure out what the fuck the game is.
Nah,
We're
they're
gonna hear-
probably not even.
Go
they
ahead.
probably
Hey,
do
come
not
on, let's
know
call it what it is. It's never wild.
We're
okay?
gonna get
It's-
an
Yeah.
Everwild Sea of Thieves update. There you go.
Love
Yeah.
it.
To
Never wild.
customize your shit with Everwild stuff.
It's more like
Yeah.
not Everwild, ever what? More- All right, cool. Oh, any hardware announcements? We know from the leaked documents that they do have an iterative console coming out potentially this year. They do have a controller in the works with haptic feedback. Do we hear anything from this, or is that an E3 announcement?
Well, when is the supposed next Xbox coming out? Was it what 2028,
26.
26?
Well, rumors
It's
say
only
that
2
this-
years.
Yeah, like the from what we read that and from what has been speculated, the Brooklyn console, which is the iterative console from the Series X, is going to be, well, the picture that they showed was diskless, so it was only download only, but the chip, even though the chip could be
Did
potentially
you just
more
say that
powerful.
console's dickless?
Ridiculous
Yeah,
consoles.
well, yeah, basically, and
The console's
And-
got no penis.
well, I mean. Yeah, well, I don't know the pronouns of that console, but we'll just go ahead and leave that for another discussion. For later.
Yeah, we're talking about those quote leaks again, and that could still lead to nothing. We have nothing solid.
That
Yeah,
controller- I have a
if
feeling that
any of the
controller-
leaks, if any of the rumors are to be believed, then I would say that we would probably get at some point this year the announcement of PS5 Pro. That would be the only major hardware, other than a possible Switch 2, if all the rumors that were here are accurate. But who the fuck knows?
That's actually has a far better chance than anything else on this,
Right.
honestly.
Yeah, it's a Switch 2 for sure.
Oh yeah, I'm
Well,
pretty
yeah,
sure.
they have to, and we're going to talk about that in a second.
I want to throw
Yeah.
this one out here as far as the code name. I've always thought some of the code names for some of the systems should have just stayed because they're better than some of the names of the consoles. Like
Right?
It's true.
Nintendo's the Wii, even though the Wii was iconic, its original code name was so much fucking better. I thought it always should have been that. The Nintendo Wii was the Revolution. That was their code.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck.
Well,
that
yeah.
was a better
Well,
name.
because
Oh my
Wii
God.
just sounds dirty. You know, I'm
But
gonna
their
go play with
marketing
my Wii.
campaign,
I'm gonna go play with my Wii. You know.
for the Wii was so great, and the Revolution could not have had the same marketing campaign.
Well,
Yeah,
and then
the
they
name spelled better though, and it actually
Yeah.
had more meaning than the Wii. It was revolutionary. That
and
was
then
the
there
whole
was the Wii U, which made no sense at all.
which was dumb. Yeah, that was
And
stupid.
the
That was
PSVR was
So,
fucking
but-
Project Morpheus. That was such a fucking cool
Yeah,
name.
that sounded cool.
But I bring it up because, dude, if the next Xbox is called the Xbox Brooklyn, fuck yeah, bring that out. That'd be bad.
Oh,
Go
good God.
sleep till
We would
They couldn't call it the
we
Brooklyn.
would never get Lemon to shut up. We would never get Lemon to shut
Oh,
up.
Not only
man.
that, but then you'd have people would be like,
Fucking Beastie Boys for their ad. Hell yeah.
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 Brooklyn. Yeah.
Well, say what you will about the Brooklyn, but I believe that controller is real. I believe that within this year they're going to, if not now, definitely by E3.
I wouldn't be surprised. I don't care what anyone says. People want to say it's a gimmick. The haptic feedbacks and the adaptive triggers and the DualSense, I think, elevate the gaming experience and make it far more immersive. So I would love more of those features brought over to the Xbox controller, especially because then there's a better chance that
Yeah.
third-party developers might actually utilize those features.
Yeah.
You know what I
More
kind of
options
say
are
to that
better than
though
less.
is I think in this case, as far as like using those kind of features on a controller with the Xbox battery life that Xbox has managed to pull out like on their elites is killer, because on the just a regular controller, the elites, we get 50 to 60 hours of use without recharging, compared to 20 hours or whatever it is on the. And I'm not capping PlayStation. I'm just saying it is what it is.
No, Edge
No.
is bad. Edge, I think the Edge, the most I'm getting out of it is 5 on a good.
See,
PlayStation.
that's bad. That's really
I think
bad.
the standard DualSense I think is 6 to 10 depending on how heavy the haptics and shit are used.
Yeah. See,
Right.
that's really bad to me. I mean, because I could do that in a day. That means I'd have to have 2 just so I could swap
I can
off.
do it, and I don't play even half as much time as you do, and that's the problem.
Yeah,
Yeah.
my PS5 controller, it only lasts for about 5 hours of,
See,
of solid
there's
play.
there's no reason to me. There's no reason for that if they invest in the technology,
And
because
that's
we
why,
know we
I
know the
play
technology's there because Microsoft
yeah.
does it.
I play with a wired controller on my Series X specifically because some of the first-person shooter games I play, I actually feel the latency.
Yeah.
After I've been playing wired for so long, I switched back to a wireless because one of my wired controllers broke, and I'm like, well, fuck, I gotta play it normal. So I pull it up, and I swear I was playing the finals, and I actually felt the lag. I was like,
You can
Jesus
feel a little bit of
Christ.
the latency. Yeah.
Oh, it was actually very palpable. I was like, oh my god, I've actually gotten used to this. So, it was affecting my play. I'm like, god damn it, this is bad.
Yeah,
Because
for
I
the
was-
last year or so, I've been using a wired controller because
Me too.
the program
No,
Xbox sent it to me, so I've been
Oh,
using a wired
what's-
controller.
Isn't it because the Xbox doesn't use Bluetooth for the controllers?
Actually, the newer controllers are zero latency to the Xbox.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
what
I
they're
think the
saying.
newer ones are Bluetooth now.
What?
What do you mean the newer ones? Like, so I got, for example, the 30th anniversary. That the clear controller they had that the release was all black and you could see through it and everything like that. So that one, it has latency, and then the one
They
I
shouldn't.
got was
They
software
they
has
should have
no
all been updated. They should have, if they have the flat black face, which means they have the built-in Bluetooth stuff, and they can.
Yeah, I think
Um,
Xbox One they didn't
yeah.
have Bluetooth, but
Yeah.
The Xbox One didn't have
yeah.
Bluetooth, but the newer controllers do, and they should have all been updated to the software. They have low to zero latency at this
They
point.
are. One is
Yeah,
hooked
because you
up
can
to my
play
computer,
your phone games like
Right.
that.
and I don't have what you call it, the
They
receiver.
last year they did a software update that brought them down to like low to zero latency.
Yeah, especially since they're trying to get into mobile. It just makes sense,
Yeah.
and streaming.
Mhm. Well, I mean, I
But
would like
wired
another
is the
one.
way to go if you can. I mean, even I fall into that.
Yeah, but-
I
I understand why people want to play with wired, but like, I don't know, like the way I play and the environment that I play in, you don't definitely want a cable, a 10-foot cable going from your TV all the way down through your living room to your controller. So.
I mean,
Well,
a
that's
lot
a
of
you
people-
problem. That's a
I
you
play at my
problem.
desk.
Yeah, but see, you're not thinking about this the right way. You don't have to have the controller, the console. You just
Right.
need a power source going to the controller. So all you do is you get a USB Type-C cable and you plug it into the wall right next to your couch, wherever you're sitting, and just
Yeah.
drape it right to yourself. You don't have to go all the way to the console.
What are you talking about?
Well, if
No,
you're
but
wired to
that
the
doesn't help
console,
you with
that
the
removes
lag
all
at all,
latency.
though. But that
Yeah,
doesn't
if
help
you,
with the lag.
you have to wire the console with a wired controller. There's no choice. Yeah.
Why? It's not sending the signal over the USB Type-C cable.
Yeah, it is. Yes, it is.
Is it?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's not a
that
USB
should be
C.
that.
It's a standard USB cable. That's why.
Right.
So it's actually sending the signal. So it
Yeah.
is communicating
On the
directly.
Xbox controller, but isn't
Yep.
it USB Type-C at the top?
On the wired controller.
No, on the wired controllers, like this one that I have.
Oh, if you buy a wired controller, okay.
Right.
Yeah,
Like this.
Okay. I thought you meant like playing wired. It's like I play wired.
No,
as
I've
well,
done that before,
but
just to keep them
I just
just to
have
keep
the
it
cable
powered
going
up.
from the
Yeah.
wall.
Just to keep it powered up. Yeah, so you don't have to worry about batteries. Yeah.
Okay, so last topic on Xbox is, all right, so what does everyone feel? Like, I think there's a little bit of a momentum Xbox got going into 2024 from holiday of 2023, mainly because they slashed their Series X to like $400, right? And I know, like, I told you about the whole story with my kid, and I presume that helped them get a big bump in sales with the Series X for the holiday season. So, what do y'all feel Xbox needs to do to maintain that momentum and not lose
But
it?
I can you really call it momentum if the other people, as in PlayStation, also got a bump and their bump was larger?
Well, they got a bigger bump than they would have had they not done it. Does that make sense? And you got more people now.
Right.
that
I'm just
have
saying
the controller.
you're using the word. The thing if both moved laterally, then nobody has any momentum. They both moved laterally at the same. But we know coming out of the holiday, or after the holiday, even though they're both were going to have larger sales because of holiday sales and shit, PlayStation sold more consoles than Xbox did. So the movement wasn't lateral. PlayStation sold more. So
They sold-
Xbox
the
didn't really
releases
have any
come out?
momentum coming out of the
So,
holiday.
so you're saying the only momentum they had is just based on sales alone? I would say that's not right. I would say actually Xbox has a bigger momentum bump because we know what's coming from to Xbox, and we don't know what's coming to Sony.
Well-
we don't know what's coming to PlayStation.
Right, but
I think we know what's
I'm
coming
saying
to
that the sales, we know that both sold well over the holiday, but PlayStation still sold significantly better over the holiday. So, what momentum? Now, if coming
PlayStation's
into
always gonna sell
2024, if now in the next couple months we see the Xbox selling at a larger clip, then I would say, okay, there's some momentum there. But just
PlayStation's
coming out of the holidays, I don't
But
think
see, again,
PlayStation's always
you're
going to sell better, though.
yeah, you're
And-
and you're still stuck on console sales, and the market's changing. It's not all about consoles.
right. But what are you talking about when he says momentum? Then what do you mean?
Momentum means that you got
Because he was
you got
talking about the
more
holiday sounding like sales, because he was talking about what he saw in his local store with the consoles
Yeah.
being sold. That's why I thought we are talking about sales.
Did the numbers come out already for the NPD for December?
No, they wouldn't have come out yet. It's only been a
that's what I'm
week.
saying. How would you? I mean, you were talking about like what the last article we read was like PlayStation sold 3-1 to Xbox in holiday of 2023, which concluded.
And
Well,
even based on those articles, those are always estimates because Xbox never releases that information.
But either way, let's just
Well,
say.
then we can never have this conversation.
No. What I'm saying is this. Let's just say, hypothetically speaking, I'm playing devil's advocate here, in the sense that let's say that you got more people that normally would not have bought into the Xbox ecosystem now in the Xbox ecosystem. How do you keep those players engaged, and how do you get, now that you have more people than you normally did, how do you get there? Because we know that when one person gets it, it sort of stimulates other people to get the same console in their social circle. How do they keep that
They
going?
just need to release games in the Game Pass.
Yeah,
Like, they're gonna what they're
Yep.
to do. Like
That's
there's
the
nothing else that
ultimate
they
thing.
have to do.
Well, you know,
Just start
everyone
releasing
says,
games in the Game Pass.
But okay, Mr. Inferno, everyone
Yes.
says, "Oh yeah, games." That's always something that somebody just sort of goes to, right? Like,
Oh, yeah.
okay, that's the excuse. But what I'm talking about, concrete, what needs to come out? Like, of course, it's common sense. You need more games. If you don't
Right,
release
right,
anything,
right.
there's nothing to play.
Okay, the games that come out need to be critically and commercially acclaimed games that are must-have games. That's all. At the end of the day, it's always going to come down to the game. It's just the quality of the games need to be so undeniably good that
Yeah.
it's going to drive people
So
both to that console and into the Game Pass ecosystem.
to be more specific, I think like what they have lined up along with like Hellblade, it has to be just as pretty as we all think it is. The story has to hit. I think the gameplay has to do very well as well, but the main thing is the graphics and the story, which it has to be just as good as it appears to be. Avowed, I think it needs to surprise people how good it is, especially with Baldur's Gate. The decisions and things you could do in that game, it has to be on a certain level because it's going to get compared to those games. I think you need maybe 2 more surprises because I don't think Towerborn. I don't think Towerborn is that big game. You need 2 more other games, like you said. You've been planning to do 4 big games. They all have to do very well, and I think you have to steady stream of that. E3 surprise people like, hey, we got some more coming next year. And you keep that rotation. The thing we're lacking from Xbox is consistency, quality, and consistency. That's what you need. I think they got it. They just have to prove it with the release.
Well, I mean, okay, so consistency is all nice and well, but buzz is buzz. There was a lot of buzz surrounding Starfield going into 2023. And if it wasn't for Baldur's Gate sort of kind of stealing everyone's thunder from Tears of the Kingdom, from Spider-Man 2, and from Starfield, do we have anything that has that sort of mass market buzz in the pipelines?
I don't think that Baldur's Gate 3 took anything away from Starfield. I think that it wasn't the game that people thought
it
it was.
definitely took some air out of it.
I don't
It
think
definitely.
You're basically saying, because you're saying, oh, this is... You're talking about 2 different types of games that are going to appeal to different people.
Mm-hmm.
Like, everyone who's in those groups of I'm playing this game isn't going to be in the same group as I'm playing the other game.
I disagree.
Well, as far as I think he's talking about like media attention and what people are, hyped about.
Yeah, but I mean, if you look at the Steam review scores for Starfield, they aren't low because Baldur's Gate 3 came out.
Well, in general, they aren't low either. I mean, they got
Well, I don't know. That
Well,
might
well, no,
impact
a lot of wait,
low
no,
on
hang
Steam,
on,
it's low
hang
on
on, hang on,
Xbox.
hang on. It's not. No, it's because it got fucking review bombed, and we all know that.
Dude,
Okay.
Paul, everything gets review bombed, bro.
No,
I
stop
hate
that. No, see,
excuse
that's
for
making
shit.
excuses. Everything gets it, so it's the same as everything. No, it's not. Okay.
No, saying it got
look at-
review bombed is the excuse.
No. Saying that
Let me
everything gets the
remind you,
same.
wait a minute. This fucking
Everything
game
gets
review
bro.
bombed,
And,
that's-
Oh,
and,
please.
and,
Oh,
Paul,
please.
and Xbox
And
game
even
comes
listen-
out, and
listen to
PlayStation
you.
fanboys review bomb it. A PlayStation game comes out, and Xbox
It's
fans
not
review bomb it.
No, it's not the same. Okay, especially when you look at the way it's been treated on Steam is anything but those reviews. Okay, Steam users, it outsold Baldur's Gate 3.
I think
Okay,
it also has a higher playtime.
yeah, so something you can sit there and say that all you want because I know you're
people played this game, even though
Yeah.
it got a lot of flack. People played that game.
yeah.
Well, let me say this.
Yeah, it's also a game that's by design is going to have a higher playtime because you spend a lot of time just walking
Then Baldur's
around,
Gate 3?
loading
See,
screens.
Then Baldur's
See,
Gate-
see, you're sitting there.
I haven't played Baldur's Gate
Even the
3,
way
so I
you're
don't know.
talking about it, even the way you're talking about it, see, you're always you're looking for the negative in it. You're because there's loading screens, because you're walking around. Have you played the game?
I did. I beat the game. I'm Starborn.
Oh yeah, that's But so you're saying it deserves those low ratings?
No, dude. For me, that game's an 8 out of 10. I don't think that anyone giving it 5s and 6s are being fucking reasonable. I'm not saying it deserves whatever scores it got. I'm just saying that it has those scores. Now we can say, oh, it's review bombs or it's that. All I'm saying is the scores that it has are not because of Baldur's Gate 3. Whatever negative that people see in Starfield is not because of Baldur's Gate 3. People that don't like Starfield or thought that it was going to be better than it ended up being don't feel that way because of Baldur's Gate 3. That's all I'm saying, dude.
I feel like
I personally
Baldur's Gate
enjoyed
3
Starfield. It just wasn't. I didn't enjoy it as much as I loved Skyrim or Fallout 4. Starfield for me just wasn't on the same level.
Inferno, you
For
were
me.
saying?
I think some people are having that opinion because of Baldur's Gate, because of it just kind of shows some of its weaknesses. You get
They're
a
not-
game that does something right, and it's like everybody starts comparing it to that game in some sense.
Well,
They're not the
you
same
know,
But they're
type
not
of
even the
game.
same type of game, though.
but I'm not.
That's
I mean,
yeah.
they're
They
not
shouldn't be
exact- they
compared.
are
They
RPGs.
shouldn't be. Well, but they shouldn't be compared. They're a different style of RPG.
And I think everybody was throwing everything at the wind when it did.
I mean,
come to
that's like
Starfield as
that's
well.
like that's like
Even
you still see the ones that
unrealistic
you even see the ones that are still comparing it to like No Man's Sky. Not even the
Yeah,
same.
yeah, and that's
You know,
not
it's like-
exactly the
No, I
same
mean,
thing, even though it's in space.
Yeah,
It's a
they're
totally
not
different
the same game. They obviously have similar elements, but they're
I-
small elements. There's
Yeah,
fucking
I'm not saying
a
it's
ton of
right,
things
but I
that
believe
Starfield
that's
does that
part
No
of the
Man's Sky
case.
doesn't do.
Yeah, they're both. You
I
know, they're
hate people
both
do
in
that
space.
shit.
They're both in space.
Yeah, well, they're both space games. Like, you fucking stop.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, Starfield was not only the victim to Baldur's Gate 3. I mean, normally when a Zelda comes out in any given year, Zelda wins it hands down, gets the media buzz,
Yeah.
etc. Zelda got a footnote. Got one fucking award.
Yeah, because
okay?
Baldur's
yeah,
Gate 3, and again, I haven't played it, but
Breath of the
everything.
Wild.
Yeah. If
No,
if you're
everything
if
I've
you're
heard of
if
Baldur's Gate 3, it's a special game. It's
Yeah.
like a once in a fucking
Yeah.
generation or multiple
that's fine.
generations type of game.
especially
So
if you're an old school Dungeons and Dragons player, you will go.
yeah,
Holy
like it's
crap.
not not my thing, but I can acknowledge the fact that it is that for me.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
And I mean, even Tears of the Kingdom is not alone in this. I mean, Spider-Man 2. I mean,
Yeah, a lot of stuff got
good
buried
game.
because of the hype
Got
of Baldur's Gate 3.
buried.
Yeah.
Because Baldur's Gate 3 was like a freaking Mack truck or a fucking freight
Yep.
locomotive running.
Yeah,
you know,
I think also with both Spider-Man 2 and Zelda, even though they're both great, they're also
Yep.
sequels, right? Like
Yeah.
if
Right.
this was the year that Breath of the Wild came out, and it was Breath of the Wild versus
Yeah.
Baldur's Gate 3, I don't know that it's as definitive that Baldur's Gate 3 gets it, because it would be the
Yeah.
brand new, fresh thing. Now, Tears of the Kingdom, as great as it is, it's Breath of the Wild plus.
I will say
Versus
that one of the
something that's
reasons I
brand new.
think Baldur's Gate 3 did so well and it was so clean when it came out is it actually like I purchased it 2 years. I forgot I purchased it 2 years before release for early release, and I was playing it 2 years ago for many hours, and so that gave them 2 years to find everybody's bugs, to fix everybody's issues, to really give us a clean game, and I think that's part of the reason that it did as well as it did.
I think it's also it feels like something that's like not just new in terms of being a new game, new in that there are games like it. Really, realistically,
Yeah.
like I don't know any other games like it's kind of like
No.
with Elden Ring. It's like there is nothing else like Elden Ring. It is.
Yeah,
own
not to
thing.
that extent. It had the dice rolling and
Yeah.
everything, just like you're playing D&D. And
So there is nothing that is comparable to Baldur's Gate 3. It stands alone.
Yeah, but therein lies a problem, and the problem is this: now you're going into a new year, and what you basically were relying on last year as your tentpole franchise, which Spider-Man 2 and Zelda and Starfield were tentpole franchises for their 3 respective publishers. You don't have that anymore.
they're all going to be fine. They're all going to be fine.
And that's the thing. So that's my
There's going to be stuff that comes out this year now.
I think
It's going to be.
They can pump up
for example,
Hellblade to be
Nintendo,
that game
and we're going to
for
talk about this in a second. They're going to be releasing their new Switch or whatever we would presume, and I think there's going to
Yeah, new piece of cardboard, whatever the fuck they're doing. Yeah.
I think PlayStation has something they can hang their hat on too. It's not theirs, but
Yeah.
they can hang their hat on Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
They're gonna do it.
Yeah,
Even though it's
PlayStation
technically
also
not
put out a
theirs.
video, I think, just yesterday with games for 2024, and on that was Stellar Blade and Concord and a bunch of other games that I guess they're announcing now are 2024. So there's and those are the ones that they've announced. We don't know what else is coming.
I mean, I don't want to put Last of Us 2 up there. I don't. I don't.
The remake of the remake of the remake. Yeah.
Especially them being so close. It's like, dude, we just played
Well,
that 2020. What?
I'm waiting for the Last of Us 2 Lego edition. So,
Yeah, but I mean, they're doing the same thing they've been doing. Like Last of Us originally was PS3, then they remastered it for PS4, then they remastered it again for PS5. With Last of Us 2, it was a PS4 game, and now they're remastering for PS5. So this is what they do now. I don't really care for it, but I mean, it's nothing new. That's why I don't understand the outrage. Like, dude, we've seen that this is what they do. So why are we going to get outraged every time they fucking do it? We know they're going to do it.
That's why it just feels unnecessary.
I agree,
Last of Us 2
especially
it looks good.
Yeah, just give it a fucking frame boost. It doesn't need a remaster.
Update
I
on
could not tell the difference between the PS5 version and the PS4. Shots are
Oh, you break it up a little bit.
Cerebral, you want to take this one from Nelson's Gaming Culture?
Can
you see it?
I don't know. I mean, I personally have hundreds of hours into Starfield already, and that was just the first month after it launched. I mean, it's easy to get.
I don't like to look at my time.
What about you, Inferno? Want to respond to Nelson?
On Baldur's Gate, I have a lot of hours in too.
I know Nelson. Of course, he finds it hard to believe. Of course, but it is what it is, baby.
Yeah, I mean,
people are playing Starfield.
I have at least 45 days in it.
Well, let me bring Loki into this, because Loki, you've been kind of quiet and sitting on the sidelines regarding this. What do you think Xbox needs to do to sort of leverage itself in the best light possible for this year? And please don't say just release more games, because that's just being... Loki?
You sleeping?
You're cutting up there, Supa, really bad.
Well, let's go ahead and move on to the next topic, and it's sort of basically based off of this. It's PlayStation's whole situation for 2024 as well. And as much as we know about PlayStation, I mean for Xbox, we don't really know even half that much for PlayStation. And we know rumors are saying that that this PS5 Pro, whatever it is, if it is a thing, may be announced in Q3 2024. This is from Tom Henderson. And it's going to have AI upscaling and...
rumored.
What now? Rumor.
It says rumored.
Yeah, rumors.
Rumors. And also, they were looking into the source code of all the stuff that was leaked with the whole Insomniac fiasco, and they were showing that Wolverine is going to take real-time damage and recovery like he has as his superpower.
As he should.
Yeah. But apart from that, it's been kind of quiet in that little video that you just talked about, that what they just released. Well, I just want to put it to the panel. What do y'all think? Like, what does PlayStation have to do? What do you think they're going to show, and what do you think they have to do to maintain their momentum?
Nothing.
Not much. There's a good chance we hear something from Ben soon. Ben put out they put out tweets that make it seem like they're going to announce something at least sometime soon. Who knows? They've been working on something, and Days Gone was 2017 or some shit, 2019, when the fuck it was. I mean, it's been like 5 years. So hopefully we see what they've been working on.
Yeah, as far as like keeping their momentum, I think they can, lay down. They can take a nap. But
I think
like
personally they need to
happy,
because
actually
they're
showcase.
They're replacing. They're in the process of replacing Jim as well. So there's other stuff going on there that So we may not hear a lot from them until they get their house in order, as it was. Until they get everything lined up.
Well, Zubitech released a tweet in the beginning of the year basically outlining this current state of all of the development houses of PlayStation. as far as we understand them from what they've announced thus far. And it seemed kind of interesting. Let me just quickly go through them. Some of the major ones. I'm not going to talk about some of the smaller ones like Team Asobi. We're not going to, or Bend. They said the last game for Ben was 2019, and we know they're working on AAA project. It's 4 years, and as Super U said, that they're about time. It's about time for them to show something. Sucker Punch is also in the same vein. They released Ghost of Tsushima in 2020, and then of course they released that add-on, but we're not really counting that. So it's been like 3+ years. So we do know that they have some project in development, and we're assuming it's the sequel to their Ghost of Tsushima.
Ghost of Tsushima.
Yeah. Santa Monica Ragnarok was just released in 2022. Again, they have multiple development houses. It's been now officially 2+ years. So, and we know that they have 2 projects in development. We're not going to touch on.
Yeah, we heard that Core was working on a fantasy game a couple years ago. Who knows if that's true or when that happened, but we heard that supposedly that's what's happening. Core was working on some fantasy game, and then over at Naughty Dog, they were working on a sci-fi game.
Yeah. House Marquee, last game released was 2021, so it's been 2+ years. We know that they have 1 project in development. We're going to skip Media Molecule for a second. Same thing with London Studios. Blue Point Game, it's been 3+ years, so there is about time that they announce something.
They're working on their first new IP.
Yeah, that's what I remember hearing.
Yeah, that's what I heard too as well. And we're gonna skip Fire Sprite, Guerrilla Games. It's been 2+ years. Last thing that they released was a Horizon Forbidden West, and then of course they released the DLC for that. The Burning Shores, I think it was called. I think they have 2 or 3 projects in development, and it's been 2+ years. So yeah.
And weren't some of these studios working on the games as a service that have been pulled?
Yeah, remember that Horizon leak of that MMO, and they look kind of a little cartoony. I think somebody's working on that.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, that's supposedly still in the works, and that could come out either this year or next year. But I hope the fucking art style changes because I didn't like that shit. But I mean, this could have been a placeholder character model. It looked very Fortnite-ish. No,
it
no,
did.
thank you. But who knows?
Could be
the thing is that
early.
Their damn silence is just annoying because, like, we know they're making things. They have a dozen studios. We know the dozen studios are doing something. We know many of those studios have multiple teams. They're doing something. Just whatever fucking unknown reason, Sony refuses to tell us what the hell they're working on.
I think the issue is just development takes a long time, and they don't have as many studios. And I think that's the one thing we've been complaining about with Xbox is this takes too long. The only thing with them, I think it's just going to be a second party year for them. That the stellar,
with the exception of some things like MLB The Show 2025 will probably still come out.
Well, Concord's first party that comes out this year.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, there are games like Rise of the Ronin.
Rise of the Ronin.
That's also first party, I think.
Well, it's published. It's published by
it's
them. It's
Koei
Techno.
Isn't it?
Yes, correct.
It's an
Isn't it Team Ninja?
Right?
Yeah, it's Team Ninja.
Team Ninja. Is
Looks
that
good.
a PlayStation exclusive?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
I don't think it's time either.
PlayStation PC?
I don't know. I think
Right now announced only
PlayStation.
PS5. Will it come to PC? Probably, but there's no announcement of it being going to PC yet. PlayStation hasn't done a day and date PC release yet. I don't think for PS5.
And there's Helldivers 2. That's coming out this
Yep.
month, isn't it? Like
That one is first
Yeah, I think
party.
it's coming out this month.
Yeah, that looks cool. I didn't like the first
they
one.
own the studio
Not like,
that
but
does Helldivers?
Who
I
did
forget
that?
the name of the studio.
I forgot the name,
Helldivers is
too.
it begins with an A, I think.
Arrowhead.
They got acquired by PlayStation, didn't they?
No, I don't
I'm not
think
sure.
they
I
did.
know they work together though. They definitely work together,
I'm excited for Helldivers
and they're
too.
publishing it. So
Yeah.
a lot
didn't
of
like
people are
that
running with
first-
that now.
the
That
first one.
they
The second
publish it, they fund it. It's first party because Phil said it years ago.
Well, technically it would be second party because they don't own the developer, but oh well.
Yeah, I thought they had acquired them. Maybe not.
Rumors are that Death Stranding 2 is coming out this year, right? From what my understanding is.
That might.
Who
Yeah.
knows?
Who knows? I mean, Kojima has a pretty good turnaround. Let me say this. I mean, for somebody to go from no development team whatsoever to developing a development team and then pushing out a game in 3 years, that's...
Yeah, that wasn't bad.
That's not bad. I mean, hats off to be able to do that. We got
There
people-
used to be that thing about him taking forever to make a game. Now I guess he's trying to change that.
Well, fuck Konami, though. That's probably Konami's reason. But anyways.
Yeah.
Also, China Hero Project. We have that Lost Soul Aside, which is a
Oh,
game
yeah.
game looked
Yeah.
good, but it
Yeah.
reminds me a lot of what's that? Journey to the West. What's that game coming out? Wukong, the Black Myth
Black Myth
Wukong.
It
Wukong.
reminds me of Devil
Yeah.
May Cry as well.
No, I mean, my point being is like the graphic level, the graphic quality of Lost Soul Aside reminded me of Wukong, and then it was like we've been knowing about Wukong and Lost Soul Aside for like what, 2 years, 3 years now, I think, right?
Yeah, China and Korea, we gotta pay attention to them, and Sony's been doing a good job of that.
But yeah, I mean, this is really all we know. There are some other third parties or second parties or something like that that I'm not going to talk about, like Valkyrie Entertainment, Firewalk Studios, Haven Interactive. Naughty Dog, we know famously, is working on Last of Us Part 2 Remastered, which, if it's coming out this month, it's probably done. I don't even know what the fuck they actually did to make
I don't
it.
think their main team is doing that remaster though.
So how long have they? So their next game. So if we would you consider Last of Us Part 1 a Naughty Dog project, or was that not a Naughty Dog project?
What do you mean?
Like in the sense that would Last of Us? Okay, so if you're gonna count how many years that they have gone without releasing an IP, whether it's a traditional franchise or a new IP, would you consider Last of Us 1 going into that time frame? Like, would you say it's been 2 years, or would you say it's been 4 years? So if you're counting from the Last of Us 2's launch. So Last of Us 1 came out late.
Yeah, for their main team, I think it probably would have been when they released The Last of Us Part 2 on PS4.
Okay. And
then I would assume that secondary teams moved on to remaster. I don't see it being economical to use their main teams to do fucking remasters.
Well, we do know that they were heavy in development with the multiplayer. So is that going to set Naughty Dog back a couple of years or what?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
That
for
definitely
sure.
affects them.
Hopefully there's resources that they could, recuperate from that, or techniques or game mechanics that they can take and roll into something new. But yeah, that definitely is going to set them back. But we heard, like I said, about Core working on not Core. Core's at Santa Monica. Never mind, I take it back.
Well, if you want to talk about the major PlayStation development houses, okay, let's just smaller development houses aside.
There's really not that many. They only have like 4 or 5 like major studios. The rest are all very, much smaller.
Well, you can talk Naughty Dog, Insomniac,
Sucker Punch,
Yeah. Gorilla,
Santa Monica, Gorilla, and that's really it.
And that's it. So, Santa Monica, they just released God of War Ragnarok, so we're not expecting anything from them. Sucker Punch is probably the next one at bat, because if you think about it, Insomniac just released Spider-Man 2, so they're pretty much going to go in a hole, and after what they experienced, rightfully so. With Naughty Dog, because of that whole fiasco with games as a service and getting the whole factions things canceled, so they're probably going to go in a hole. So that really leaves only, if you want to think about it, only 2 houses. You got Sucker Punch and you got Gorilla.
You also got Bend.
Would you consider Bend into that same pedigree as the other 5?
No.
I mean, it's hard to say. I wouldn't put them up there with like a Naughty Dog or Santa Monica.
I like Days Gone.
Days Gone was a great game.
Oh yeah, it was. It was.
It was
I
also their
want. I
first
want
game
Days
after
Gone
doing
too.
fucking mobile ports and shit
Oh,
for
that's
like
what
a
happened.
decade. So, but I'm saying that if we're listing them, I would put them at the bottom of the list of their major studios. I think everybody else would be under even Ben.
Okay. Yeah. But like, so what is the chances of Sucker Punch releasing Tsushima sometime this year?
No,
Releasing, I don't think any. Announcing,
What?
maybe.
it's
No?
still in the oven.
They're
Still
really
in
the
the
only
oven.
ones that can deliver of the majors five. That's the only one that they really have that is close to potentially being nearing the end of their development cycle, right?
It
So,
depends. They're average 4 to 5 years, man.
well, let's
Yeah.
assume it's 4 years. Let's assume it's 4 years. So that's the only one that I can think of that's been 4 years out without a
But
major.
it
If
hasn't been
anything, they're
4 years,
gonna
dude.
if anything they're
They
gonna announce something. If anything, they'll announce something.
Ghost released in 2020, dude. We're barely going into
Yeah.
2024 right now.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a slow year for first party for
Yeah.
PlayStation. I mean, I think it's all right to have a slow year sometimes. You know, they do well.
Yep. And like I said, they cut their games as a service development in half. So in some of these studios were tied up into some of that. So basically they're saying, okay, you know that stuff you've been working on? Chuck it. Now we're gonna work on it. You know. So
Yeah, but I don't think a lot of their major studios are working on. I know obviously Naughty Dog was working on a live service game. I think
Right.
Gorilla was working on one, but that one's still coming out. But a lot of their
Right.
other live service games, where I think were some of their like their Fire Sprite, and,
Right. So it was some of their
those
smaller studios,
like
but
that.
that's still gonna slow some of their first party development. You know.
Yeah, but I mean,
Yeah.
of those smaller first party studios,
Yeah.
I don't think anyone's really looking,
Yeah.
feverishly like, oh, what are these other smaller studios doing? It's like the main five
I
that
mean,
everyone's like, okay, what are they working on?
Because that's what people get excited for, right? Like they've built themselves into a pedigree where like people get excited. It's kind of like when Bethesda, when Todd Howard announces a new game, people get excited. When it announces a new game, people get excited, right? Not because they know anything about the IP. Maybe sometimes if it's an older IP, yes they do. But yeah, I mean like if Naughty Dog comes out and says we're making a sci-fi game or a fantasy game, yeah, people just naturally get excited about that. So yeah. Anything else that they could probably announce? I mean, like, okay, so if they don't have really anything, what's the point of releasing a Pro this year? If they release it.
Because they're going to sell.
Oh yeah,
it doesn't matter if they're going to sell. And again, like I said, with this, some of these studios, we only are talking about the one thing. Well, they're working on this one thing, but they have multiple teams doing we have no fucking idea what they're doing. We know that Naughty Dog has 2 teams. What are the teams doing? We don't know. We know that Insomniac has multiple teams. We know that Gorilla has multiple teams. They're working on multiple things. So there could be games announced that we had no idea were even in the works. It's just hard to say. Will there be any announcements? I have no idea though.
I know what they could do.
Probably a Slayer.
What?
Bloodborne 60 frame patch, new console. Bam. There you go.
God damn.
There you go. Bam.
That. I think if they just announced a Bloodborne remake, I think everyone would say PlayStation had a
yeah.
So yeah, but yeah, that's PlayStation in a nutshell. I mean, they really, you always complain, Super, that they don't give you a roadmap. Well, maybe they're not giving you a roadmap because they don't have a roadmap to give. So
no, I mean they have a roadmap to give. They're just not giving us the roadmap. Like they have games that are being worked on. We know they're working on the. I'm not asking for gameplay trailers at this point. I'm like, dude, just tell me what you're working on. Like right now, there are games that Xbox guys have been excited for the last 3 fucking years that still don't have release dates, but they know what the games are called.
Yeah,
they know
yeah.
they've seen at least a splash screen for the game, so they have something to look forward to. Because they're literally games that were announced 3 years ago that still have no release dates, but it's something. PlayStation is the polar opposite, where they're not giving us fucking anything. And it's like, just something. Logo. Just give me a logo and fucking a time window, or a year, not a month or a day. Just give me a fucking year. Like something. They could give us something, and I don't understand their
what?
I don't understand the reason why they're not wanting to do that. Is what I'm saying. I don't get it. It makes no fucking sense to me. It's annoying.
As consumers, we're very fickle beasts in the sense that when they announce a game and it's a couple of years out and we don't see it, we complain about that. When we don't hear anything, we complain about that. It's like a lot of these companies. It's like a damned if you do, damned if you don't situation, right? So.
Yeah, but I mean, don't tell me the game if it's 5 years away. But if it's in the next 2 years, fucking show me something.
Yep.
So
I think we get a showcase this year.
I think 2 to 3 years away is a good time frame to announce a game. Okay. Anything more than that, I think fucking then don't tell me. But if it's within like the next 2-3 years, fucking show me something.
Okay, so say for example, let's play devil's advocate here, and they during E3 or whatever, they show what these new IPs are, and they're all CG renders because that's all they can really do right now. They may not have gameplay that's worth showing, so they're going to do a CG render. People are going to complain about that. They're all CG. It's not a game, you know. So
100%, and I would too because I don't like pre-rendered trailers because it's not indicative of what the game's going to be. But still, I would prefer that over absolutely nothing, especially when it's to this point. Like it bothers me because we've never had it like this before. Like both sides have always shown games that are coming out in the future, but like we've had this now 3 years or so where PlayStation just hasn't really shown us shit.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I think that it's like. In a situation like this, it's like no matter what you do, I don't think you're gonna be behind the 8 ball some way or another because people are gonna complain.
Bro, they showed that Wolverine trailer back in 2020. That game's not coming out for like another 2 years.
Well, what you want them to show you the next the X-Men on there because there's an X-Men game coming.
Oh, that's way out.
Like
they don't have to show me X-Men, but like in the same way that they showed that Wolverine trailer just to get people excited about the fact that game is being worked on. They can show us something, and even though I don't really appreciate pre-rendered trailers because that's not the game, it's something to attach to, right?
It's just like going back to with Blade, just like with Blade,
That game's not coming out for like 4 years, but dude, I know that it's coming out.
Yep.
That they're working on it.
According to the rumor, we should be getting the Venom game.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
That should be close.
Yeah, supposedly it's going to be
Miles Morales.
A Miles Morales,
yeah.
That makes sense if we're following. Makes sense. But
we know the engine exists for that, so I mean they should.
Yeah, they can reuse that
pretty quick. Oh yeah, there's
I'll
assets.
play it. I'm buying it.
I dive into that. Yeah, go for it. Do it.
Well, I mean, one thing
they were giving us a playable section in the not all working on a game. There's no. We knew that.
You're chopping again there, Super.
Well, one thing they could do, and they do have enough smaller developers that it would enable this. And in many ways, people complain about Nintendo doing this and calling Nintendo fans sheep and everything. But when Nintendo is on a lull period like this, they go back to their back catalog and they bring out prior games that were released on prior generations and upscale them. And instead of remaking Last of Us 2 or even Last of Us 1, which really necessarily did not need it, why not go through your rich back catalog and do some remakes? Like, I wouldn't be averse to playing the original Uncharted or Uncharted 2 as a remake, I think that would do well. I mean,
they did a collection.
They'd have to do more work, though.
Yeah, they did a collection, but...
How much more work would an Uncharted 2 upscale to HD and everything like that would cost? I mean,
they got stuff to play with. I just don't know, why not?
Yeah, well, I mean, like Jak and Daxter. I think people are like I think a remake of the original Jak and Daxter would be well received, and I don't think it would be a lot for them to upscale it.
Master.
Well, now you broke up. I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
Yeah, your
remaster or remake.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. Either a remake or at least a remaster, if not a remake, a full-on remake. So
I think.
Go ahead.
When you say remake, especially if you're talking about like Jak and Daxter,
I think
it would have to be a remake because it's very jank and old.
Anything that came with from the PS3 era would be difficult because of the whole cell processor issue. It would have to be.
I mean, it
rebuilt
would be
from the ground
difficult,
up.
but it wouldn't be
Remake, it's remake.
unfathomable.
They'd
It's
Yeah.
It's not something
doable.
that they
I
couldn't
just
do.
don't think it would come out this year. If they just started,
Right.
Well, if they just started, in my opinion, they
Yeah.
should have been. That's things that should be, brewing on the back burner in my.
Oh, yeah.
my studios.
Yeah.
They should be
And the
thinking
thing is, I've said this before. I don't see Naughty Dog as a single back thing cartoonish like that. I think that they're like, oh,
It would have to be Insomniac or somebody like that took
right,
it
but
on.
Insomniac did talking about moving the IP around.
Yeah,
When they could-
they're not gonna do it, but it would have to be somebody like that to do it.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
Oh, who Astro? Is that Studio Japan that they do that? Astro Bot
Asobi,
flavor?
whatever the fuck they're called,
Team
we're
Asobi.
doing the
Yeah.
Astro, a full
Yeah, maybe
platform.
they did it.
Should be
you
coming
know?
soon.
Take that over.
What about PSVR 2? Has PlayStation officially buried that thing or what?
I have no
No,
clue.
it's still getting released. Dude, there's like no party support. Like, fuck, man.
Yeah. It was.
And the fact that they haven't hammered out a to get fucking Half-Life Alex on there is also just.
Yeah, that blew
I
my
don't
mind.
know what they need to do, but they need to talk to Valve. They need to beg them something.
I was 100% convinced that once they released the VR2, Alex would show up on it, and that would be the killer app for it for PlayStation. And the fact that it's still not here is just dumbfounding. It just doesn't
Or
make any
just
sense.
to make that is that game would be Half-Life Alex with no like there was a lot of VR2 that are great, but at the same level of that Half-Life Alex does.
Mhm.
Like they're just because they're made by small fucking fucking beautiful. It's an amazing game to look at. There's cool shit you can do, but it's fucking climb. Moved all that shit and be the combat.
I don't know.
We can't understand you.
Your mic is
you're
like
breaking-
it's
you're-
like a
you're-
long
you're-
distance
Yeah.
call around the world. It's
Yeah,
not really
you're-
working well. Sorry,
I'm
man.
getting 2 words and then you're cutting out again. Super for some
Yeah,
reason.
it's pretty
On
deep.
myself.
Lo, what about you? You've been quiet for both of this situation. What do you think either one of these companies have to do? Are you still there? Or are you gone asleep or something?
Don't get sleep. There's no way he's not asleep.
I heard him make noise
I'm-
earlier, but I don't know.
I'm
if
gonna
it's-
reboot my computer.
Okay.
Okay. We'll be here, man.
So, all right. Anybody else? Anybody else have to? Well, let me just say, what does we've sort of touched on this. Okay. Well, what about hardware-wise? I cannot presume there's anything left for PlayStation to release as hardware. I mean, they've pretty much released
A handheld. Ha
Yeah. So I think they kind of blew their wad in 1 year. They released everything. So yeah. It's going to be interesting to see what Team PlayStation does this year to sort of maintain their momentum. So, yeah, I mean, and this, I don't know, it just seems like a weird year for them to be so quiet because, I don't know, it just seems weird because with Microsoft getting this acquisition of ABK, I think that there is a lot of buzz with Microsoft right now, and this would probably be a year that PlayStation should have been firing on all cylinders, but that's just my opinion, but I don't know. That's to be taken for. All right. Anybody else have anything to say about this PlayStation in 2024?
Things are gonna be great because of Helldivers 2.
Okay. Well, we'll take your word for that one. Last topic is Nintendo. I know many of you guys are not Nintendo fans. However, I am. So fuck you guys. So I'm going to talk about this whether you like it or not. So, whatever. This is the pivotal year that Nintendo is officially going to come up and be part of the current gen. So they're not basically...
For a while until it moves past them.
Finally?
Exactly. Basically, they're going to release a piece of hardware that is not a toaster. Or a potato. I'm insulting toasters when I call it a toaster. But it's from what we've heard, it's going to be $400 around thereabouts. Some people are arguing that it might be 1 SKU or 2 SKUs. We don't know. Backwards compatibility of some kind is going to be there. Makes sense because the Switch was a
That'd be
huge
awesome.
success. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Now, are they going to go the Xbox track where they're going to give you free upgrades if you just bought the Switch 2 or Super Switch? Whatever the fuck they want to call it?
Free Nintendo.
He's so funny.
They're
That's
still
funny.
charging full
That's
price
the
for Breath
best
of the
thing I've heard all
Wild,
That was
night.
though.
cute.
That's the best thing I've heard all night.
You're hilarious.
Or are they going to do what PlayStation did?
I don't even think that word is in their lexicon. I don't know.
Bro, they're selling
free?
Star
What?
Fox for N64 for $60 a pop. Still, are you fucking kidding me?
They don't have to do that. They don't have to add.
Well, they
those
don't have
upgrades.
to because everybody buys all this
Yeah, it
shit.
just
Yes.
hey, it works on your new system. Be happy.
Yeah.
Everybody shouldn't buy all their shit, so they would do that, but that's impossible.
Hmm.
You just can't convince them. They're like, it's Nintendo, I must buy. You're like, well, no, just hold back a little bit.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, who knows? There may be some overlap though, because again, rumors is that it's going to be something that is more iterative than completely revolutionizing, like a brand new thing. It's just going to be kind of an iteration on the existing hardware. So maybe there'll be some carryover there.
It's
Yes,
a cardboard
it is.
add-on for your new for your old
the
hardware.
thing is,
Board add-on,
they don't have to revolutionize anything because they got a form factor that works.
Yep.
The Wii U was an abominable failure.
The
And
Wii
that
U
was their
was
Hail
the
Mary. The
Switch
Switch
before
was
the
their
Switch.
fucking
The,
Hail
the,
Mary.
the Wii U probably would have been fine if it wasn't called the fucking Wii U.
Yeah, I know.
Because the problem was the Wii was so popular that just like with Apple products, where people just start putting the letter I in front of the fucking name of their products to make it seem like it was affiliated with Apple. You
Yeah.
had all these fucking products that just had the word Wii in it to make it seem like it was
All they have to do is put
officially
a 2.
shit. Yeah, so the Wii
2.
U didn't sound like a new console. The Wii U sounds like a peripheral or an add-on. It
Yeah.
doesn't sound like the next console.
Wii 2.
People thought the gamepad was an add-on for the original Wii. I went to stores.
Or
that's what people
call it the
fucking
Wii
thought.
Wii.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you know what? Just to pivot on
They're
this
gonna
topic,
release the vacuum, the Wii suck. You know.
Piss comes in.
the problem, I feel kind of insulted by these publishers that they don't think that we have the fucking common sense to know a new console from an old one. Like that was the same thing with the Xbox 360. Famously, they didn't want to call it the Xbox 2 because it was a PlayStation 3 and they didn't want to make the Xbox 2 sound a little less powerful because it was a 2.
That's a real thing, though,
Everybody thought
man.
it was gonna be
That's
720.
That's why Samsung with their Galaxy fucking jumped like 4 numbers so they could be in line with the iPhone. So that their number would never be below iPhones. It's because people are fucking dumb, and some people do think like that. Bigger number, better product.
Oh, you got 5, I got 4. I'm better than you.
It's a marketing thing. Yeah, it's a marketing
I
thing.
know
Yeah,
it's
like
a
I
marketing
said,
thing, but it keeps life a lot fucking easier. You know,
Yeah.
it's like you got
Xbox Brooklyn,
PlayStation.
baby. I'm all the way. That's
I mean,
because-
with Xbox, it wouldn't be a problem if the naming wasn't so confusing. Like the Nintendo, they name their shit different things, but we know what the new one is. When you name your fucking third console the Xbox One, it's
that made me
confusing.
smack the fuck out of them.
Yeah.
What the fuck was that? That was stupid.
It's the all in one. That's why, you know.
When the PlayStation 2 came out, the PlayStation became the PlayStation 1. So what do you call the Xbox One?
I want
Xbox
to meet the
OG.
person who named it that.
What?
Well, no, it's
Seriously,
because it was supposed to be an all-in-one thing for your living room.
Oh,
It was
I know
supposed
why, but I still want to meet the
Yeah,
person.
I
who,
understand the
like, "You're an
marketing
idiot."
reason why, but seriously, if I was in the boardroom and someone said that, I'd be like, fucking get out of here right now, Steven. That was the dumbest thing you've ever fucking said.
In all truth, the Xbox Series X and Series S were kind of a shit deal too. It was like,
Yeah.
God, yeah,
I could get that a little bit more. I can
Yeah, but
understand that.
I was able to get on board with that a whole lot better than I was with the Xbox One, because I understand,
Xbox
but
One X, Xbox Series X. Do you get it? There's a problem there.
Yeah.
yeah, I can see that.
But going forward, it should be, Series X2. Hopefully they don't do something weird again.
Oh no, they're gonna do something weird again. They'll name it just.
Oh,
something.
don't say that.
know
You're
they're
supposed to
gonna
lie.
That's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
Yeah, no, they're gonna do weird shit with it.
Like I said,
Throughout
Xbox
history,
One
we've
X.
used numbers to indicate things in a sequence. You know, you have year 1, then year 2, then year 3. I mean, that's why numbers exist, to tell you what comes first, second, and third. That's hence one
Yeah,
of the
except
purposes of
if you're
numbers.
Nintendo.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't make any fucking sense.
I mean,
Actually,
again,
some of their stuff
they don't
was
need the
alright.
numbers. Just don't make names that sound like the first one that ever fucking came, and it's
Like
not
the
the first
cube,
one.
it was a cube. 64, it looked different.
Well, the 64 was supposed to be 64-bit.
Yeah.
That was the point that was called the N64. Yeah.
But then, like, why not call it the NES2 and then the Super Nintendo the NES2? I actually don't mind Super Nintendo.
Call it. Yeah, well, the Nintendo that was the only, well, besides the Wii U, that was the contention.
If I was at Nintendo, and I've said this before, whatever the next Switch is called, it should be the fucking Super Nintendo Switch.
Yeah, that would be cool. I like that. That sounds cool.
Right.
If they release, I mean, like, seriously, if they had the balls to actually release this new console and call it the Super Switch, I would, like, literally hats off. I would salute them. Like, that shows not only that you understand your audience, but you understand all the prior audiences that are coming along.
But see, if they do that, they gotta make the changes within the hardware worth that name. Don't do this piddly.
Well, I mean, if it's going to be an iteration of the Switch that's more powerful, then it would technically be a Super Nintendo Switch.
SNS.
Well, but making it powerful, make it like the change between the OLED and the old version, it was not enough. I mean, that's just, I don't know why people thought they really had to have that new screen.
Because it was bigger and brighter. Bigger and brighter is better.
It's pretty.
It's like phones, right?
But then again, I forget we're talking about Nintendo owners that'll buy every, they could release the Nintendo dog shit. People would buy it,
Sometimes their dog shit is better than some publishers' real shit. I have to say.
Yeah, if you look at dog shit, it can look pretty,
Yeah.
I mean,
clear.
It's shiny shit.
Better.
Look at that. But you can see your face in it. Wait.
Well, going back to Nintendo on this, the rumors are that the chip that's powering this thing is going to have better graphical prowess with frame generation or whatever.
Frame rate? That'd be nice.
Yeah, with ray tracing.
Well, it's gonna
have. Oh my God!
But see the
tracing.
difference between on an 8-inch screen versus doing it natively on a larger screen.
Listen, bro, we don't need fucking ray tracing for Animal Crossing.
Yes, we do.
Leave it alone.
I honestly
Just
feel
stick to
that's why
HDR. We're okay.
Yeah,
I honestly feel that's why they sort of held Metroid Prime 4 back. I think, and from rumors are, that game is fucking done. Now, if you're going to show off ray tracing, which one of their IPs is going to show off ray tracing the best? It's Metroid because
whatever's ready.
But Metroid Prime is a game that would work perfectly fine with baked-in lighting. It doesn't need ray tracing.
Once again, just make sure that it can run well. I don't give a fuck.
Well, I was going to say that's the issue too. Is the more power they put into this little handheld, basically at some point the fans are going to be going so fast it's going to hover in front of you. Okay, I mean, the heat dissipation is going to be wild.
Just as it just so happens that my daughter uses my computer for her own podcast issues, and we share the computer, and it's driving me crazy, and people have been using my computer, so I decided to buy her a new computer. So I bought one, and it was on Amazon, and it was like a mini PC.
Yeah,
and it has a freaking an AMD oh gosh, I'm an idiot. A Radeon 9, is that not?
Okay, yeah.
Ryzen. It's got a Ryzen 9.
The Ryzen 9.
Yeah. It's got a Ryzen 9 chip in it, and it can actually run most of the regular games at like 60 frames per second. In 1080p.
Right.
But still, it can run those games. It can run them.
Right.
Which you could say, if the Switch could run them in 1080p, who cares? Who really cares? But it's tiny. The thing is like, it's like this big. It's dinky. And if they can keep doing those and pushing the systems to be capable of that, I could see them making the form factors for a Switch smaller. But the question is they're trying to keep that mobile market alive, is what the Switch is. And if they make another system with that similar form factor and function, that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to keep that 3DS market alive, right? That's what it's all about for them in that regard.
Well, they have to. Now, they sort of went down this path. I don't want to say they painted themselves in a corner, but I don't think you're ever going to see a set-top box from Nintendo ever again. Because now that they've sort of converged all of their first-party developers into one form factor.
House. Yeah, one house.
Yeah.
But I don't think they want to. I don't think they want to. I don't think they care. I don't.
Paul's right.
They also know that their customers don't give a fuck about graphics or graphical power. It doesn't matter, so they can continue doing what they're doing.
Per se, actually,
yeah.
you could say that I have several Nintendo fans that are hardcore Nintendo fans that look at it and go, "I wish Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom."
Oh, dude, I have.
Oh yeah, they run better.
I'm one of those people, man. I always say it. I'm one of those people, but we know that people are going to buy the shit anyway.
I'm sure they've seen that emulated stuff, and they're like, "Come on."
Emulated, yeah. My daughter's played. I played Breath of the Wild in 4K on my computer, and she's like, "Oh my god."
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like if they said this would be what it would run like on an Xbox, and it'd be amazing. And she's like, "I know."
Yeah, because, I mean, the rumors are that it's going to be slightly more powerful than a PS4.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's yeah. If it can, yeah.
They're saying somewhere like a ROG Ally, between a ROG Ally and a Series S. It's somewhere in that area of power.
Yeah, but have you seen the thickness of a ROG Ally? It's not exactly a little dockable fucking thing.
Plus, it only has 2 hours of battery life or some shit like that.
Yeah, something crazy.
Yeah, so
again, Nintendo's been in this place where they don't care about pushing, graphics, and they make, again, Animal Crossing. Like nobody gives a shit over there. They're happy to play whatever games are on it. It's also for younger audiences who play games like Splatoon. They don't give a shit either.
When we say they don't
That's
care,
a three-letter word that really matters. It's just fun.
Well, we say they don't care until they do care, and when they care is when they don't make money. The Wii U is clearly what happened. They didn't make money with the Wii U like they were expecting. They lost money in that system, and they decided to completely go another direction. And the direction that they were already heading with the Wii U was kind of clear to me.
Yeah.
Was they were trying to figure out how to put their mobile into a home console. They were trying to figure it out then, because doing the 3DS and a home console was kind of splitting it up. They were making a ton of money, but they were trying to figure out how to coordinate and how to put it all together. And the Switch was the perfect union of everything. And yeah, they may continue going that way, or if the next system isn't as successful, which I can't possibly think it won't be unless they really fuck it up. And it's like the Wii and the GameCube. And what I mean by that is the Wii was successful, but not necessarily that. The GameCube and the Wii shared the exact same architecture, if you didn't know. It's the same chips. So the Wii was a GameCube. That's why it plays GameCube games. So if they make the Switch too much like, or the Switch do too much like the Switch, and it just doesn't do enough, it could impact them badly. Like the third parties just walk away completely and say, we can't even develop it all for you anymore. We are way too far ahead. It can't do Unreal Engine 5. We can't do any of these things. Then Nintendo might actually have to make some decisions. I don't
think they care though, man. I mean, they've been they haven't been relying on third party for nearly this entire generation, man.
Several generations.
But it still helps. And if they're going to sell their stuff forever. But I mean, you can say that, but we can't foresee the future, because look at like Disney. They're not making money anymore. They're losing money. Not even that. People aren't buying their products anymore too. There's a lot of reasons I don't want to get into.
Yeah, there's a ton of reasons.
But things can change quickly, and we could say, oh, it'll always make money forever, and we don't know if that's true. That may change. That may change next year. Who knows? So,
well, you say they don't care.
Sorry, they got Call of Duty coming. They got
if it can run it. That's kind of a big deal.
Microsoft's going to figure out a way. They're going to figure out, even if this is mobile.
Well, they signed that 10-year deal. Yeah, it behooves them. They're like, yeah, this is part of our excuse. I mean, our deal. We gotta make sure that Nintendo can run this damn thing.
Like, Nintendo, please don't screw us. Make this easier on us, please.
Well, don't sue us.
The House of the Plumber has a lot of problems that that people don't really talk about. Number one of which is, okay, yeah, fine. You want to stick with this hybrid form factor, so therefore your console is always going to be weaker than the other two publishers. Well, that's fine. That's not a big deal. However, there's a lot of stuff with their online service offerings that are definitely not up to par. First of
Oh,
all,
they're behind. They're backwards in that way. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh well, I mean, they're just the online store or the way that works, so you can play older games, is a slap in the face to anybody who owned a Wii or a Wii U. It makes or a 3DS for that matter.
Or if I get a Wii and I say, "Hey, Darth, let's play some games together," I got to get your fucking friend code, which is like a 32-digit numerical, alphanumerical piece of shit.
Yeah, that fucking thing. Remember those old school passwords that you, like in Metroid that you had to write down and shit? It was like a bunch of letters and shit. That's what
it was like 4 or 5 letters dash, another 4 or 5 letters dash, another 4 or 5 letters.
If you create a Nintendo account, you actually have a username. And I'm like, okay, we got a username. You got tags. You have user tags, but they don't use those to communicate with. I'm like, what the fuck? I have a user tag. I have to log in on their online store online in a computer with my username. But when you go to send a friend request, you got to fucking send a number and a fucking it's crazy. It's just stupid.
And no, the party chat. Don't forget, you have to take your phone and use that as your party chat.
Shit ever. Yeah, it's fucking stupid.
And you would think that if the people that would have the best achievements or the achievement system would be Nintendo. I mean, think about it. Like, a platinum would be a power-up star, a silver or a gold would be like a fire flower, and a bronze level would be like a basic mushroom or like those super mushrooms. You would think that
that's too much work, man.
And the dollar sign would signify that the user has bought the same game 6 times. You know?
No. Dollar sign. Remember, you have to earn the achievement. You got to earn it.
I actually think Nintendo's biggest fucking problem is that I don't think they care about the hardware as much as they care about their merchandising and franchising contracts. They're making so much money off of the franchising that the games are just a conduit for more franchising. So,
bro, they just released one of the best-selling fucking animated movies of all goddamn time. They just opened 2 fucking theme parks.
Yeah.
Nintendo.
Yeah, I want to go to
They have a particular way of doing their stuff, and it's just like, either you like it or don't. And the things that will bite them in the ass will bite them in the ass eventually, and they'll make changes as they need to. But a lot of that stuff is just extra. Like when people talk about like, oh, the hardcore and like, something more powerful. It's like you are not their core audience, and that's it's okay. You don't want what they're offering.
You don't matter, basically.
Where the other 2 zag, and they're perfectly content with going in this direction and not trying to do anything like the other 2 consoles. They don't need to.
Unless they lose the casual market, they won't listen to the hardcore.
Yeah.
Unless these specs are right, then it says that they're actually going directly toward their competitors a little bit in some ways, which is kind of funny. The Nintendo Switch 2's possible specs, and I don't know, this is fucking big grain of salt for Christ's sake, but DLSS 3.1, which I've actually heard that rumor before. So, deep learning, oh, Jesus Christ. Hold on a sec.
Yeah, so we know it has DLSS, and I know Nvidia is
12 gigs of RAM. I mean, 12 gigs of RAM it's pretty good for a Nintendo system, for Christ's sake. And the ray tracing runs. This I've heard from a couple of different sources that it was able to run the Matrix Unreal Engine 5 tech demo, which is pretty impressive that it can handle that.
Yep. Yeah, but at what resolution and what frame rate?
4K. It was able to run it at 4K.
Really?
But as far as the frame rate, I'm not sure. But I say 4K is the DLSS kind of takes a big role.
Then I would say that's significantly more powerful than the PS4 then.
Well, yeah, and it can run DLSS 3.1, and DLSS 3.1 for those that are uninitiated, most people on here probably know, but it is taking a 720p or a 1080p image and upscaling it to 4K and making it run basically at 4K. So it can do that So that's probably how the Matrix Unreal Engine 5 deck demo is running. It's running at a much lower resolution, but it's being upscaled to 4K, and it's kind of like anti-aliasing. You don't see any of the effects that would tell you, the telltale signs that would give you an indication that it's a lower resolution. It's able to interpolate and make it appear like 4K much more than if it was trying to push it natively.
Right.
So and another one that's obvious, a Breath of the Wild update, so it would be running in 4K, which it would be what I would love to see, and a lot of people would. So it's very interesting.
Well, we always say they don't care about third party, but I think they do, because I think the guy who is the CEO right now, Furukawa or something like that, he's a numbers guy, and he like when the Switch was launched, they put the Switch in the best possible light ever. Like they were in the first year, you had a Zelda, you had a Mario, you had Mario Kart, you had I think Splatoon, you had all of their triple A IPs releasing, and they got people buying the consoles. And then once they started getting a bigger user base, that's when all the third party publishers started coming in and putting games on it. Now, albeit they're not graphically not as equivalent. Yeah, but they were running, right? And the fact that I remember when Witcher 3 first came out, it looked like dog shit, but the fact that everyone was amazed that, hey, it can actually run.
That it can actually run? Yeah, they were surprised. It was a surprising thing, but yes, it did look terrible. It was pretty terrible.
And then as the years progressed, the age of the chip showed itself, and the developers like, yeah, we can't do this. This is going to require a lot.
You see Mortal Kombat 1? Yeesh.
Was it not streaming? Was it actually running on the console?
What? I thought it was running. I didn't hear Mortal Kombat 1 was a cloud game.
See, that's another one. Yeah, I hate it when you see a game and they release it and you're like, oh, is it cloud or is it running? It's like, oh yeah, it's cloud.
Resident Evil, I think it was those games.
Yeah, that was cloud. Resident Evil 2 was a cloud game.
Yeah.
But then after they lost third-party developer support, that's when they started seeing the year-over-year decline in sales. Now, one could argue that they were hitting a saturation point or whatever, but
the amount sold, it's saturation.
I mean, I even own a Switch. I don't really play it, but I'm like, bro.
Yeah, almost everyone I know has it's the side bitch. Like they either game on PC or Xbox or PlayStation.
Everywhere, man.
Everybody I know.
So,
God, I'm watching Mortal Kombat 1 right now. Oh, Jesus Christ!
No,
that's a horror show, bro.
That was like I looked at that game and I'm like, if this is the game you got running, what's the point? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Well, the gameplay looks like the side scroll fighting looks okay, but it's the cutscenes are, oh Jesus Christ, oh my God, that's fucking terrible. Oh, that's fucking. Why didn't they just go CGI? Jesus, that's fucking horrible.
Yeah. Well, I mean, so I think that's why they're doing all of this, because I mean, Nvidia didn't even know if Nintendo was going to be around another generation, so they were not going to develop another chip. So they're like, yeah, we have this thing that never sold for us. They have chips, you could use that. Now that they've sort of, I think Switch was more Nintendo's proof of concept than it was anything else, and they milked that sucker till that cow ain't producing anything anymore. That thing is in the slaughterhouse right now. Yeah, but now for games, the game that everyone's talking about that's going to probably release is Mario Kart 9, and they're also talking about a new 3D Mario. And the rumors are that the new 3D Mario is going to be like Bowser's Fury, and it's going to also have a component with Donkey Kong in it. And the reason I say that was because remember I said that I think Nintendo is more conscientious about their franchising and stuff. So with the Mario movie, you saw that scene where Mario and Donkey Kong were fighting together.
Oh yeah.
So I think they want to capitalize on that and maybe make a third, over the shoulder or whatever, a Mario game, a 3D Mario game with Mario and Donkey Kong, and where you could play as both characters with different powers. So I mean, if that's the case, that sounds like a pretty intriguing proposition.
Oh yeah, if
they also have a Donkey Kong ride that's being developed right now for Super Nintendo World.
All right.
Oh yeah, really smart.
It's
Yeah,
actually dope.
they're gonna throw barrels at you as you barrel down the.
No, it's
Barrel
the,
thing,
the,
yeah.
the way the ride works is
Oh
the
my
car that
God.
you're sitting in is
Man.
attached to a track far below you that you can't see, and there's a track that's in front of you that it looks like your cart's actually riding on, but the track's actually below you. So that there's sections where it looks like there's no track and you're jumping over
Yeah.
shit, but the track is just below you. So it's simulating like having the jumps and stuff.
Looking
It's
at the
actually
stare
really
on
cool the way the
Darth's
ride-
face as he ain't going on that ride. He's like, nope, nope.
You know, I'm a big guy. I don't want to fall out of that motherfucker.
Yeah. So.
He's like, I don't want my life to be that short.
Yeah, you know, I like rides. I just don't like dying for them.
Well, anyone else have anything to say about Nintendo's prospects in 2024?
I have a question. What other games? Is it just the Mario Kart that's
Well,
coming out?
Mario Kart,
Well, you
Mario,
remember-
Mario game. And,
Remember Nintendo's slogan, buy it again for the first time. So
Yeah, if it's not Mario
Yeah.
Kart, it's gonna be fucking a new what do you call it? Super Smash Brothers.
Oh, guaranteed. But Metroid
Oh.
Prime 4, I think, is one of the big
Yeah.
ones too, because it was. I mean, Metroid Prime 4, if I remember correctly, I'm trying to think. It was 2017 when it was first announced.
Yeah.
That's how long ago that was announced.
They literally just showed a title screen. And
Yeah,
that's
yeah, I
all we
know,
ever
I know,
see.
and it got people like totally nuts, and they're like, yeah, and everybody
Oh my
figured it was 2
God.
3 years. That was a long time ago. That was 6 years.
I remember when the trailer for Metroid Dread was being shown. People were like, "Oh my god, Metroid Prime 4!" And then it was Metroid Dread, and people were like,
That game sold
the
like
fact,
crazy, too.
you know, it's a sad state of affairs because all of these guys that are Nintendo YouTubers, that's all their videos are these days. Like I'm literally watching, it's like Switch 2, Switch 2, Switch 2, and I'm like,
What's all they got to
Yep.
talk about? Yeah, yeah.
I'm like,
I mean, yeah.
okay, I guess that's a thing, I guess, if you will.
You could say the same about Sony when there's not a lot of games to talk about too. You know what I mean? Any system that is struggling in a drought per se, you know, they're going to talk about whatever's there to talk about.
Right.
You know, rumors.
Yep,
are
like
rumors.
where's the secret showcase? Where's the secret showcase?
yeah.
"Yeah, fucking every month, every goddamn month,
Oh,
here with the
Jesus
secret
Christ.
showcase."
No. The best one is like, oh, so and so said this on a tweet, and there's like 2 words in a big old tweet, and then okay, why did he say those 2 exact words? Oh, that means that this thing is coming from the Switch too. I'm like, how the fuck did you go from?
Yeah, if you
this
could
to
put
that?
30 minutes of a breakdown of something when somebody gives like a 5-word blurb on Twitter, then yeah, you should look at other things.
Yeah, it's just it's insane. It's like it's really it's funny, but at
Yeah,
the same
like
time,
fucking
sort
every
of
time
pathetic.
Phil Spencer does something, there's always the Xbox dudes that are looking at the shit on his back shelf.
Yeah,
going,
look at the
this
shelf.
is
Oh my
fucking-
Oh
keep it up on the shelf.
Oh god.
Well,
Remember
because
I
he,
was a troll with that.
he purposely put stuff up there to do that.
Oh, he does.
Does.
There,
Oh,
there
yeah.
was
He
a
does,
Series
but he-
S one time on there too.
Yeah.
We didn't notice it.
Well, he's had famously a lot of stuff. He had a Switch back there one time. He had that little Xbox stick thing that they were
Yeah.
going to do a streaming box
Mhm.
back there.
There's a figurine of Malcolm X and a model of the Brooklyn Bridge right there. I knew it. That's system.
Yeah.
Oh, no. The best one was Kojima's
Malcolm X RPG.
Oh yeah, Kojima's. Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Kojima's
Xbox Brooklyn.
new studio logo was there, and I'm like,
Yep.
oh yeah, we're getting Death Stranding. I'm like, oh god, that doesn't.
Nope. We're getting new IP though. That's cool.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, OD sounds pretty good. Speaking of which, do you think? Let's go ahead and finish with this. Do you think we hear anything about OD? I forgot about that. This year.
No.
Do you think
No, we already got it. We all we
this
got is
year, I
George
think,
Peele.
you know,
That's it.
Yeah. As far as what's coming up,
Or Jordan Peele. I said
unlikely.
George.
As far as what's coming up in the year, I would think we would hear something about it. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's going to be interesting nonetheless to see and watch the shit show that happens here because I love this time of year because it's like all of these companies are sort of fighting to get the inroads into I guess the year for the consumer, and I love it when these multi-billion-dollar companies are fighting over us, and that's when we get the best of everything.
You know what we hear from PlayStation this year? We should hear another person taking Jim Ryan's spot. Not the temporary guy. Well, he's in there, but maybe we get another guy, official or lady. You know. Never know.
Hey.
I'm thinking.
Yeah,
that
it'll be Kim Ryan. We've never heard of her before. She can look a
Yeah,
lot like
right.
Kim.
I'm thinking. I'm thinking that they're gonna promote Herman Hulst into that position. You know,
Herman Hulse just got promoted to the position he's in.
Right. I don't know if he wants that weight.
Yeah, that's a
I
lot
don't
of
know if he
pressure
wants
to
that
have.
much
Like,
responsibility. Yeah,
Yeah,
it'd be
that-
nice if they could bring
Yeah,
back,
because
good old
What
Sean.
is his position now? Is it SIE president or some shit? What is was his title now? I forgot.
Here you.
Isn't he over the studios or something like that now? All of them.
PlayStation, yeah, head of PlayStation Studios, I think is what it is.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think it's.
I just moved him up from Gorilla.
No, he was always in that level. Like he was. Okay, so when Jim Ryan got promoted, he became the head of PlayStation first party. Like he was basically what. Who was that guy? That Japanese guy who famously didn't like God of War when it first came out, 2018.
Shuhei Yoshida.
Not Yoshida, right?
He took Yoshida's old position basically. So
Man, I hate that they
that
put
position.
that man in the background.
Yeah, you don't hear about Shuhei.
Hey, he's over the Indies now.
That was like a demotion there. I mean, I don't know what to say about that, but oh well. Que sera, sera. All right. Anybody else have anything to say about any of these major developers in, major publishers in 2024?
Good luck.
Yeah, good luck.
Good luck, yeah.
Yeah,
you're gonna need it. You know,
interesting point this year.
release everything on time.
And mostly unbroken.
Be kind with the crunch. How about
We
that?
should be swarmed this year with a bunch of games, probably as much. So.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be hard to top last year. It's gonna be interesting though. Yeah, I think everyone's sort of sitting back and watching this whole situation.
Yeah, we've got some good games coming out the next couple of months though. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I was saying my backlog looks like a Super Nintendo fucking library, for Christ's sake. I can't even look at it anymore. I'm like, how many games? Fuck!
Yeah, there's still a lot I haven't played.
Shit, I'll eventually have to get back
games
to Hogwarts to
I've
beat that game.
purchased. I've paid for games, lots of them that I've never played, and I'm going, fuck, because they're
Yeah,
deals.
I got lives of people looking at me. It's
They're
like,
deals.
hey, you gonna touch me? I'm like, oh.
I'll give it the finger. No thanks.
And see, the problem with my ass is like I'll go on Xbox and I'll say, okay, I'm gonna play Lies of P, and then I go play Vampire Survivor, and the next thing you know, I look up, it's like 3 hours later. I'm like, fuck.
I get the finals and Call of Duty pulling me away. I'm like, I just play a couple minutes and then jump off because
I have that installed, but I haven't tried it yet because I need to try it with people who know my limitations.
Well, I'll have to connect with you sometime. We'll have to do it.
Yeah,
man.
finals is actually fun. It has the fluidity of I would actually say it's probably even faster than Fortnite.
Is that the one with all the destructible environments?
Yeah,
Yes.
it's a cross between Battlefield and Apex Legends. That's what I
does.
call it.
It's
That's what it
exactly
feels
what
like to me. Yeah,
It's-
and that's because the guys that created it, the devs, created Battlefield 4. So they are the devs behind that. That's why it feels so much like a Battlefield kind of system, I guess is the way you do it. But it is fast. It's very fast. It moves quick. So it's kind of like it has a Call of Duty's kind of a Twitch feel to it because you move around. But the aiming definitely, it takes a little bit more focus to get the aiming in. It's not as much... not as easy and auto aim as Call of Duty, I would say.
I may not like that.
Yeah, I know. And you,
no, but I have another friend who said I could probably do the healer class pretty well. The support.
Oh no,
class,
you do good on that. You do good, but you definitely have to have somebody with you to help you because you got to be protected. Because that class can get wiped out like that.
Yeah,
Gone.
and then he also said that one of the tricks he found is you let the other people get it up to like 96% for the thing, and then you kill them. Then you kill them. You take it for the last four.
It's the last minute ditch effort to go in and sweep in, and you get it. That's probably one of the best ways to do it. And the game does work really well. And then when you get into tournament mode, instead of being 3 teams of 3, it's 4 teams of 3. And that dynamic makes it like if you've been playing 3 teams of 3, you're fucked because you're like, wait a minute, there's another team, and the dynamic is much harder to deal with. You're like, shit. So it's crazy. It's a good game though.
All right, so let's go ahead and get all these guys out of here. Let's go ahead and start off with our guest, Mr. Inferno. Tell us where we can find you.
All right. Well, you can find me on the cringiest place of them all. Used to be called Twitter. Now it's called X. Mr. Inferno Games. That's where you can find me and my cringy post. It's been a pleasure. I'll be going back to playing some games here.
Excellent.
Well, thank you for showing
Good
up
having you,
finally
man.
after pulling out. How many teeth did I have to pull out for you to come up on?
Yeah, well, I got dentures now, but it's okay.
Mm.
Yeah, I will be mailing back those teeth eventually, yes, when I get around to it.
At least it
All
was only
right.
teeth you were pulling.
Whoa,
He wanted me to
whoa.
pull. He wanted me to pull something else, but I couldn't
No.
find it. But anyway.
Oh, whoa.
All right, Super. Tell us where we can find you, sir. Super.
Sorry, I was muted. You can find me on YouTube at Supernova Gaming. Occasionally on over at the Roundtable Podcast at King Thrasher's channel. Remember the fuck he does that. And then here every Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern.
Cool. Cozy, tell us where we can find you.
Okay, you can find me all places where you find Cozy Belugas. Fridays on bull sitting, and today's also Friday. Fridays on Wasting with Wise.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cerebral, tell us where we can find you, sir.
Oh, I'll go after Loke. Oh,
I don't even know if Loke is conscientious right about now. I don't know if he passed out or is he asleep.
He tipped that cowboy hat and took a fucking nap.
It's like
Yeah.
That cowboy hat overheated
it's
his
like
ass.
4 a.m. for him or something.
I know.
That cowboy hat overheated his ass. He's passed out, dehydration
Yep.
and all.
You can find me X at Cerebral Paul 1. You can find me on Twitch at Cerebral Paul. You can also find me on Xbox Ambassador channel every Tuesday afternoon, 12:30 p.m. Pacific, 3:30 p.m. Eastern for Gaming Differently with Cerebral Paul. Monday night, you can find me with the Pop-Up Powerbomb podcast where we talk about wrestling. And then on Tuesdays on the Retro Renegades, Thursdays on 4GQ TV, and Fridays here. So I think
Dark.
that's everything.
Yes, sir.
Where
You
can
want me
we
to
find
talk
you,
now?
sir?
God damn it.
Yeah.
Here every Friday, and Twitter at Praxis Darth, because I'm an idiot. There you go. You're welcome. Otherwise, yeah, it's been fun again.
Cool beans. Cool beans. Loke, tell us where we can find you. Are you still a part of the living, or have you gone into the Wraith world? So Loke has found the one ring, and he's put it on his finger.
He's
and now
tired.
He's gone into the Wraith world.
He has been asleep for a long time. You mean
As someone that resides in a neighboring state, I think I got a call from the Texans. They think he is out for the count. He's
Yeah, I think he's become a Nazgul or something. Well, yeah, you can find Loke wherever you can find Cozy, and you can find them also here every Friday evening at 6 Eastern as well. We're going to have Loke's information as well in the description. And of course, I am, as always, the wise old gamer, the man who puts the icky back in sticky. And yeah, so you can find me on PlayStation, Xbox, and Twitter. Wise old gamer with a Z. Make sure it's with a Z, because if you follow a guy with an S, that ain't me. May want to follow the guy with the S. I think he's a lot more PC than I am. But anyhow, we have the show here every Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we do have a Patreon. I'm going to put the Patreon in the show description. Please, if you'd like, we only have one tier, which is a basic tier, which basically you can buy us a drink if you are so inclined. And yeah, that is our show for tonight, and we will see you again next week. Remember, you can be anywhere, but you've not been anywhere until you've first been wasted with Wise. Have a great weekend, everybody, and smoke them if you got them.
Later, bitches.
Yeah.
And we...
Hey, Inferno, how do I find you on X? What is your actual